Hello, everybody, and welcome to Chaotic Neutral Games. I'm Simon Cantor, your DM, and oh my god, episode 52. We have now got 1 year's worth of recordings, and it's taken us more than a year, but that's the way things are. We're going to be starting today with something a bit special now that we've managed to sort out some of our technical issues. Yes, I'm sorry, Kate, I've jinxed it from the start. We are going to have a small clip in a second which contains the voices of feline trickster Michelle, who has provided a lot of the art for the stream and a lot of the commissions for the characters, which we've been able to feature. We also get sketches monthly, which means that I can show you some of the NPCs by describing to her. And, well, frankly, she can draw a lot better than I can, because I can't at all. Anyway. And I put together a little cutscene, which is a nice aside. When I first started role-playing in Oxfordshire, I was doing a lot of World of Darkness, and one of my friends and my DM back then, Dave, used to do what we call snippets. And the snippets used to be that he would tell the story that we were doing from a completely different side. And it was out of character knowledge, just to show what's going on in the world. Sometimes it would be the aftermath of something that the players have done. Other times it would be a cryptic scene that's showing what's going on elsewhere in the world that may not make sense until we get to the aftermath in-game. So I've got feline trickster Michelle, who's playing the Raven Queen at the moment, and Jennifer, who came in from the Abingdon Guild of Adventurers. Corinne and I go every Wednesday night. There's about 70 of us, and it's this force to be reckoned with, as there's a ton of role players in Oxfordshire in the UK. And she stepped forward and plays an amazing Ioun. I don't think they really name each other during the scene, but you should be able to get who's who. We will throw some social media shout-outs when we release this episode. And as I say, give the love, as we always have done. But I'm going to stop waffling now and move on to a scene between the Raven Queen and Ioun. Dusk falls on the crater that was once the Institute, and the investigation teams have long since left for the nearby village of Hobbs Rest. Sheets of rain beat down on the first signs of masonry uncovered by the investigators. Standing at the bottom of the crater is two out-of-place figures. One is a woman in black plate mail that has been sculpted to look as if made out of feathers. The other is a genderless-looking figure with a slight lean towards feminine features, dressed in a simple rough-spun dress. The armoured woman removes a porcelain mask from her face and looks to the sky. Drops of rain hit her face and run down the plates covering her body.
Do you even feel that anymore? I don't know if it's different for a once mortal.
Not anymore. I remember what it felt like, though, so I tried to connect to the experience. I find it important in my line of work.
You are the goddess of dying and fate, not a baker. You don't have a job. You are an embodiment of reality.
Ugh, I miss bread. I'd kill to be able to taste a bagel properly again.
I expected you to be more angry. You were denied the opportunity to guide souls to their destiny. The cascade was violated.
A loud cracking sound is heard even over the howling wind, and the exposed masonry explodes, spraying the area with gravel-sized pieces.
Why do you think I am focusing on the rain?
The power of knowledge must be tempered by the control of wisdom. The founders of this facility achieved so much, and yet their application. To be willing to risk reality being sundered in order to defeat even the most dangerous of foes. One would have to be crazed by their genius.
Or gods.
That was different.
I'm sure they would say the same.
It doesn't matter now. The veil is weakened and will pierce easily. The architect will not stop until he takes hold of this world as so much clay for his grand design. Tharizan kept him in a twisting reality that he couldn't shape. Now that he has his hands on a fixed point in time and space, he will hold on with everything he has.
The architect can pass through my gate as easily as any being. Getting to him and killing him is the challenge. Every time you try, you cannot do so using the same tactic. Also, his definition of dead changes. Choke him, and he will solve it by no longer breathing. Bleed him, and he will find blood to be a design flaw.
It's not a case of solving him. It's more to do with highlighting that which even he cannot change, and then playing his game to your advantage, and cheating where we can. What does fate currently tell for our people?
The Raven Queen looks into the distance, and a tear rolls down her cheek.
Nothing good. I have given one of my strongest boons to my champion, but I do not see it helping.
Because the architect is aware of it and what it does, he will be prepared. Your champion will need to be creative. His mind speaks to me in thought, even if not in prayer. His allies can help.
They are an unlikely band. Their unpredictability could be an asset. Even the Tiamatian could be a benefit here. She could present options not usually found on their path.
The warden of the gods giving her approval to leaving the path. If Evandra could hear you now. I approve of the open-mindedness, but the champions will need the support of all of us if they are to succeed.
The God of Knowledge reaches out with her hand, and a scroll appears in it. A sound of rapid wings is heard, and the scroll disappears.
I have sent a muse to watch over them. Specifically, Farewell Barebones.
He will need to complete his trial before he stands a chance of doing what must be done.
What of the woman? Renata Green?
If nothing is known of her, could she be...
Possible. Or someone like them. Not knowing vexes me. We can find out together. So we are agreed. A full alliance between us. No quarter?
No quarter.
Ioun looks up at the approaching raindrops.
How do you feel just one?
The two gods reach out and take each other's hands. The world changes in ways that most mortals do not perceive. In Ostergald, a gravedigger suddenly found herself able to speak and understand all languages. In Skara, a scholar killed an assassin by striking a particular note on her wineglass. The figures left the crater. More specifically, they made it so they were never there. Nearby, a butterfly flitted from a rock and flew out into the night sky, unimpeded by the storm. Welcome back, everybody. So, everybody, how did you like our little cutscene?
That's good.
That was amazing. That was an.
Didn't they do well? I was just so pleased, and I must confess, I had, just because I like these little links, I did have Michelle in mind for the Raven Queen, even though I managed to get her last minute, because this was very much a screw it. I've had this idea for ages. I'm just going to do it. And then when I put out the call for Ioun, I didn't really have anybody in mind. And the second that Jennifer said the first line, I was like, oh my god, that's Ioun. That is Ioun. That's just, and I don't know how she managed to. I mean, I told her how I thought Ioun sounded, but then she just chose this voice because she doesn't speak like that normally. I mean, okay, it's her voice, but she changed like the rhythm and the emphasis and went a little bit Vulcan as well. And I was like, oh, just yeah, I was just so pleased. So yes, Jennifer is Ioun canon, and also canon. The Raven Queen likes bagels. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is.
I approve. I approve.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
Farewell
a
does like
sheer
to
delight
bake.
writing it. Yeah.
No, he really does. It was one of the very first things I wrote about him.
Mm.
That Farewell likes to dance and Farewell likes to bake.
Yeah, he has simple pleasures, but yeah. So there we go. We will be calling on them again, and other people as well. So if you are watching this, if you're a friend of the series, if you're still watching this, you really must be a friend of the series. 52 episodes. Then
Oh, boy.
give us a shout. If you feel comfortable doing some voiceover, as you may have heard, because it didn't have me umming and ahhing all over the place, which I tend to do at the beginning of each stream. That was all written off a script, read off a script, and so I write it in advance and give it to people in advance. Next time, more advanced than I did with Michelle and Jennifer. They only had it overnight, and Kate, who was following it, only had it afterwards. So apologies, Kate. Next time I'll send it to you first. And you can have a read through, decide if you're up to it, and then as long as you're happy with us using your recording, we will use you as part of the show. So, let's get into it. You are currently in Skara, and you're all waking up. If you remember from last week.
Oh yeah, Glory was basically going out the door when we quit, wasn't she?
Yes. So to reverse just a quick bit, just to catch people up, you are currently in the townhouse, in one of the townhouses in the capital Kotal of Atalzaran, which is Glory's birthplace. And this is a lawful evil society who worships Tiamat, and it's ruled by a black dragon called Fraenir, who has appeared at the end of Glory's bed, saying that there's an emergency in Ostergald and these guys need to teleport back to Ostergald. Excuse me. As a result, Glory is now jumping out of bed and running to her door. I will leave it up to Farewell and Cora as to whether or not they are awake. I think I did say last session that Cora woke up to an empty bed, that Enola was not there. So you
Cora is trying on the armor and talking to Ioun and stuff, probably when Glory bursts through the door.
Yep.
Well,
so
you're basically in a suite with several rooms, so Glory probably just give one of those farewells. Boom! So when she bursts into the living area.
Mm-hmm. And so Eclipse woke up with a severed head next to her body. And
I have now relieved it of its circlet and put it on my head. So... I have disposed of the head, and I wrote a note. I have written a note to Hope, said "fuck you," essentially, and then.
Eloquent.
Eloquent.
Guess
or just no, it just says hiss. It just says hiss. That's what it says.
Hiss is better. Revoking that banishment might not come back.
Yeah. Hiss.
Hiss.
So I think the only person
Farewell's just taking a bath.
Okay.
As usual.
So, yeah, that's good. That kind of tracks because normally Glory likes to lay in a little bit. Normally because she doesn't want to rush people out the door. So yeah, she woke up kind of last. Fraenir told her to go and wake the others, but of course you guys are already there. To remind people that the armor that Kate said that she was trying on was something left by the general for Cora. And it is armor that equates to a +1 studded leather armor. It's a shift shroud, which is something that occurs in quite a few of my games, in that it can shapeshift into any item of clothing or even a full costume of clothing, as long as it doesn't change its functionality to being a +1. What was I saying? +1 studded leather armor. So it could be a hat if you wanted it to be, or it could be a full set of clothes. One of the nice things is you don't have to don it and doff it. So if you go to bed, you can just shift it into a nice comfy pair of PJs. So you are always, it's one of the fringe benefits is that you'll always have this armor on. It's magical armor with all the resistances that the magical armor has. That's not to say that you get that resistance, but the armor itself is difficult to destroy. And it only works for you. It's completely inert for anybody else. And it has the ability that when you get hit and lose at least 1 hit point from an attack, you roll a d6. On a 5 or a 6, you may, as a free action, cast Misty Step on yourself. But it's slightly different to Misty Step. There's a kind of heat shimmer and a smell of summer blossoms, and then you're just somewhere else nearby. So you disappear in a heat shimmer. It's very summer court. So, Corey, you're the primary actor here.
Yeah.
Ioun is still asleep, and Fraenir is gently and with genuine love stroking Ioun's hair. And you leap out of bed, I presume? What are you going to do?
Yep. I am quickly just gonna switch to my travel clothes, aka Glory 2.0 outfit. You find it on my Tumblr. And then she just goes out the door and dashes over to the other wing, because she basically tells the house she needs to get to that part faster. So the run it becomes shorter, as a sentient house does.
Yeah. So the house does help you. It can't shorten the distance, but you hear, as you say, get me to this place, get me to the guest wing. All the doors fly open.
Yeah.
And you do notice, as you start running, peeling off from the wall, an invisibility spell dropping, is the drow counter assassin that you had back in Zanya. She starts running ahead of you, incredibly fast. She's incredibly fast. And she's running ahead of you, and she starts shouting, "Out the way, the glory comes!" And as you're running, you can run full pelt, and in some cases, when there's something in the way, she actually picks it up and just throws it against the wall.
Yeah, just out of the way. Someone
But
more important needs this way. Yeah.
Okay.
I will dramatically burst into the guest wing. As
you're in the
you
common
do
area?
when you're Glory. Yeah. And use Thaumaturgy to make a slight boom so those guys come running out.
A small explosion goes off like a firework.
Yeah, I pull open the door. What? Looking for the kid though, because he blew up the other wing. So I'm wondering if he's.
Yeah.
I specifically said.
Blow up the other wing.
I specifically said the night before, like, I was kind of worried that this kid was just going to end up blowing up our room. So.
Oh great, you're up.
What?
We need to leave. Quick.
I know we need to leave. Why? Oh wait, where's the cat? What's she done?
The cat hasn't done anything, but Ostergald.
I emerged, like I've been like in front of the sofa going, I'm sorry, I've been staring at the fire.
Oh, okay. Why do we need to?
The Abyssals have invaded Ostergald. We need to leave. Grandfather is making a circle now. Where is Farewell?
Probably underwater somewhere.
I was about to say, I just rolled a check and I rolled a 2. So, yeah, Farewell's actually, like, the baths are so cavernous. They're like one of those big jacuzzi things. He's well and truly on. He's got the bubbles on. He's got nice music playing. He can't hear shit.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing you're not that concerned about being nude because Glory is bursting in.
Kate, I'd like you to do something quickly. I'd like you to make a charisma saving throw.
Ooh.
And before you do so, tell me if Cora is, I nearly said the other word then, if Cora is afraid or angry.
Oh, wait. So, if she's afraid or angry...
with the news that Ostergald is being attacked by abyssals.
Ooh.
Yeah.
She is afraid.
Do me a charisma save.
I can tell you more if you need to know.
No.
Charisma save. Okay, that's not too bad for me, hopefully.
No.
9 and 9 is 18, right?
18.
Yes.
Pretty good.
9 plus 9 is 18.
You still feel your fear, but you are not affected by it as.
I mean, in theory, a
the second
halfling
that you
can't get frightened, but yes.
Yeah, but you can fear the consequences of something.
Oh yeah.
So you feel the anger that you know is kind of coming from your magic cut through you with a level of clarity that you previously hadn't felt. Ordinarily, you would be kind of holding it together with your halfling pluckiness, but now the rage cuts through your mind like the world's best cup of coffee. And the next combat you have in the next hour, you have advantage on all attacks in the first round.
Ooh.
First
Nice.
round. Okay. Advantage on all
Yeah.
attack. Okay, I gotta remember
Cool.
that. Right. Cool.
Very
Good to know.
Farewell. You need to get up now.
What?
Up.
Why?
Ostergald is under attack. Grandfather is making a teleportation circle, and I needed you in armor about 2 minutes ago.
Why are you people invading Ostergald? I
The
thought we
demon.
agreed you wouldn't. Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to turn around and leave now?
Yes.
Thank you.
She's already out the door. Because now he's listened.
Sorry,
This
mate.
was not how
you
I
haven't got
saw
what
my
Glory
morning
wants.
going.
Yeah, that's fine. He was more like the fact that whilst he's got no real issues being around them, it's more along the fact that doesn't mean he's gonna stand up out of his bath in front of all of them.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Poor Farewell.
The only man in a group of strong-willed women. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least your armor is instant donning, so.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, Farewell will spend the requisite time to get clean, dry, all that sort of stuff. Grabs his gear, and as he's walking out the door, he's just carrying it in his hand, and he just throws it forward and walks into it, and it just snaps to his chest, and then just rolls all completely down his body. And then he just turns around, picks up, and he's got this like grey cloth hood that he just pulls up over the top of his head, throws on his backpack, picks up his new shield, and goes, "Okay, I'm ready to go."
Good.
Slight thing about that, Farewell, is as you walk towards the shield starts to vibrate. You kind of reach for it a la Jedi, and it snaps to your wrist.
You saw that, right? This is so cool.
I told you we had the best smiths.
This is so cool. I'll be really upset with you, Eclipse, if you get us banned again. I didn't get to go to the library because you got us in trouble.
Well, we're not going now because we're in trouble. We're going now because Ostergald is in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Everything on technicality.
That too. Don't worry, we'll be back in a few months.
Wait,
I really hope.
can't wait.
I really hope that this is not as bad as you're making out, and this is really just a very great big over dramatization, and everything is just.
Everything is
Considering my grandfather is sitting in my bedroom, I would say it's not an overstatement.
The dragon is in your bedroom.
Yes.
Great.
I have a feeling that we're being far too flippant and relaxed, and actually we should be a lot more panicky and like concerned.
Oh
And
no,
I'm a little worried about the fact that we're all. Yeah, but
we're
you always
all
look
geared
forward
up.
to this.
It's time to get some energy out.
Cora's going back in her room and she's packing stuff. Like at the sort of weird conversation that's going on. She's like, "Fuck, we need to go." Like, so she's actually packing and doing stuff, and yeah.
I was gonna say, are we really just that used to this now that like this has just become a Tuesday for us, or is this?
I believe so, Farewell. But don't worry, I have
Please don't
ideas.
make it weirder. Please don't make it weirder.
Well, give me a few days, and once we've saved Ostergald, I'll get the teleportation circle from the university, and then we can go anywhere.
Cora's back out of the room, like, why are we still standing here? Let's go!
Well,
Yes,
we were kind of waiting for
this
you.
way.
Like the rest of us have been ready for like a couple of minutes.
Farewell, your left ear gets a tiny little boot in it as Ioun kicks you in the ear.
Well done.
I'm in trouble again, aren't I?
Yes.
Always.
This way.
A little Tinkerbell voice goes, "Yeah, buddy."
Which way to the
Yeah.
teleportation circle?
This way.
You start running through the mansion, and once again, there's chaos in your wake because you take the same route back. Breakfast trolleys have been thrown down side corridors. People who are still picking up detritus from when the last time the drow went through is picking things up. And when they see the drow, who is once again ahead of you, kind of confusing three of you as if to say, who the fuck is she? Although Farewell remembers because that's the one that flirted with him. And as she runs ahead, all of the playfulness gone now. You notice that the servants kind of almost commando roll out of the way with whatever pieces they're picking up for fear of being kicked out the way by the drow. You get back to the bedroom, and Chiron is still perfectly asleep. And standing there is Fraenir in his human form. Good.
Why is your house so big?
I assure you it's not making up for anything. So, your city, your home, is under siege. The being, that architect that you fought before, apparently recovers quickly, or was able to somehow evade you and your conflagration. Our agents have told us that demons now run the streets. They don't appear to be a major and coordinated force. They're hardly being drawn into battle lines or following any particular perceivable tactic, simply attacking in chaos. Which, I must admit, is the demon way, but it's not the way that I would have associated with this architect creature. He seems more premeditated. Be aware.
Do you know if the gangs have taken to the streets yet?
Yes. Ostergald seems to have somewhat of a and he sniffs in derision here, a social self-defense mechanism, much like an immune system. As much as the danger hits the streets hit back. I'm told that the Thieves Guild, various factions, the City Guard, are all working in concert with each other to destroy these creatures. To only limited success. Mostly the people of Ostergald are following the lines of these defences, running through the front lines to safety, taking on board various buildings, substantial ones to hide in. Many of them are going to the palace, many are being turned away. The Liberty Quarter, seems to have collapsed several buildings to turn into a barricade. They seem to have acted quickly, and the entire area has turned into one great fortress.
No offense, but how are just us four gonna stop an army?
It's thinking like that courts failure, Eclipse of the Moon. I am not tolerant of failure. You've shown yourself to be capable. You brought down the institution that you infiltrated. Go there with what you've learnt and make a difference. I expect nothing less. If I'm going to send my beloved granddaughter into the city, you can be damn sure that you will be going in too. And with that, he gestures to the teleportation circle.
Well, I was not gonna go.
Yeah, you know.
Just get into it.
Then further conversation is moot.
Cora's jumping in.
He starts to just prestidigitate with his hand, and you can see that the teleportation circle is powering up, and he says, "May the Queen look upon you all. May she grant power, and may your enemies feel the pain and torture of failure under your machinations." And just before Eclipse is about to say anything, he slaps his hands together.
I was gonna say, I'm not saying anything. I am giving flavor, Simon.
Okay,
please.
Go on. I was just about to say,
annoying.
if you're going to try and say something, he would cut you off, but go for it.
Yes, no. Eclipse is imagining when he's saying the Queen as he's talking about the Raven Queen and makes her feel better.
Oh. Sure, yeah. Whatever you want to believe, even though he's putting his hand up as in the Tiamat holy symbol, the 5 heads. And if any of you try to answer him back at that point, he cuts you off. His hands connect. And you've done some teleportation now. You have the familiar lurch in your stomach. And if you were able to talk en route, the few seconds that it takes, Glory would be able to tell you that because this is a hastily created teleportation circle, it's a rougher ride. I would like all of you to make Constitution saving throws.
8.
Okay.
24.
5.
Sure. Sure.
4. No, 5 as well. 5.
Oh, 5, a whole 5. That makes all the difference. The DC was 5. No, it really wasn't. The DC was only 10, but 3 of you failed. So, in that case,
Why is the sorcerer the one who rolls best on Constitution?
Because
You're used to this kind of magic from this dragon.
And also you're proficient in Constitution saving throws. We're not.
I know.
yeah. So at this point, we will move to roll 20. Kate, if you'd like to switch the scene to that. And I'm going to describe the scene that is now on the map. So first of all, you land, all of you, prone on the floor. And Eclipse, Cora, and Farewell, the very first thing that you do when you land is vomit heartily. Okay? So vomiting is going to take up the first round of combat for you. So you don't get a surprise round. In the surprise round, yes, your sorcerer does get a surprise round. You have landed in a warehouse, and once you get to get your bearings, you might even recognize the warehouse. We'll find out at an appropriate time. And the warehouse looks fairly standard. Nothing much wrong with it, apart from to your right, which is up on the map, and right in front of you, which is left on the map. There are two sets of two large ooze-covered pods, as the three of you just puke all over the floor from the rough ride. I'm going to say, Glory, you watch as the pods just suddenly split and this ooze just gushes over the floor. It's barely liquid. And stepping out of each set of pods are two sets of figures. One of them is a kind of, I guess, gone off milky white. And the other one is kind of a unnatural dove grey, slight hint of blue. And they are, as near as time, featureless. There's no eyes on the face, no mouth, no nose. There's suggestions of those features, kind of contours, a little bit like an artist's model. If you've ever had those wooden models to do poses and draw around, they look a little bit like that. And they kind of come out of these pods, and they're walking kind of in unison, not quite side by side, but when you notice that the left foot, the right foot, they're both in step with each other, really supernaturally so. The figures that I've put on the map have got swords. These don't. They do have these nasty-looking claws. So on the edge, under the end of their fingers, are these nasty black fingernails that come out about 1.5 inches. And you notice that these figures, which, as I say, they look like kind of contours of figures, almost like a statue, they do have this bifurcation that goes down the center of their body, a bit like the blue alien that you get in Star Trek. I can't remember the race, but they have like a kind of ridge.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember the race name off the top of my head, but a little bit like that. But one is milky, I say, that's gone off milk color, and then the other one is this blue dove grey, and they are walking out in pairs, strangely synchronized with each other. And you can hear in your head this, I guess you would call it laughing. It's like hearing a child's giggle on the other end of a pipe, a very long pipe. So kind of echoing and so on. And they are walking gently towards you. Glory, so I'm going to say that because you've passed the journey, and with some panache as well with a 24, I'm going to give you before we start initiative, I'm going to give you one action. You knew you were going into a war zone. They weren't prepared, and what's happened for this surprise round is that they've come out of the pods. They came out very quickly. It was split, gush, and walk out, as if they were always ready for something for coming. But because you knew you were going into a war zone, I'm going to allow you to have a single surprise action.
A single surprise action. Very well. Let's start by testing their acid immunity, I guess. I'm thinking a Fraenir's Fang into... Can I do it? Yeah, that one. Because that will hit that one with the 5 feet radius thing.
Sure. Okay, that sounds fairly strong. Go for it. Give me a spell attack roll.
Does a 23 hit?
No.
Yes.
It does hit. But I wouldn't give you DC 23.
You're not allowed to do that joke. That's our you're because when you do that joke, that usually means you're being serious.
Yeah. Abuse of power. I apologize. So
1d10 piercing damage first. That's a 6.
Okay, good to know.
And then I would like both that one and the one next to it to do a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Let's do this. 2 failures.
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, hang on. What's your new spell save DC? I think it's gone up, hasn't it?
Should be 18.
18.
18. Yeah, definitely 2 failures then. I've got a 9 and a 12.
Yeah. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Oh fuck! I forgot to add my charisma modifier to the first thing. So the first one was actually 6 plus.
The first
5.
one was piercing damage.
Oh yeah, but it's still acid damage. No, it's piercing. This is acid.
It's piercing.
Oh, I need to think. It's been too long since we had combat, Simon. Okay, so it's this one that gets the modifier. So 10, 13 acid damage on each of them.
Wow. Okay. Good to know. So let me just put a little note on there for me. Okay, sure. You hit them and the acid covers their body. There's a lot of pitting and hissing. They don't seem to react to pain.
No.
There seems to be some physical damage on their body. The fang went into the chest of one of them and then it exploded. You can still see the cut mark from the fang, and you can see that there's hissing and pitting of the skin, the usual stuff when acid touches flesh, but they're not reacting to the pain. Okay.
Fascinating.
I'd like you all to roll initiative.
Oh, that's not terrible.
Okay, I think I need to retire this dice and move on to a different one.
Oh yeah.
That's okay.
So, Nick.
17.
17. Felicia.
16.
Kate.
8. No, 6.
Yeah.
6.
Strong.
I'd already added.
Did you roll a
something.
2 again?
No, I rolled 4.
16. And I think
So-
I have 16.
Wait.
I have more. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're 16, you can choose between you rather than one person always going first. You just get to choose amongst yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, let's roll that up. And let me check something.
Was
Nick,
Farrell
what is
17?
your dex?
My dex is 15, so it's a +2.
Okay, so Nick is going first, and then the 4 figures, and then everybody else.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes, because Simon rolls them all as one.
Yep, that's what I do.
Yeah.
That is fair.
That's fair. Yeah, we can live with that. Okay, so Farewell will obviously be groggy and has just vomited all over his shiny new armor. Will stand up. Seeing the fact that he's now surrounded and hearing the distinct spell casting of glory, realizes that these are not nice people. So as he does, he will throw out his right hand, and as a bonus action, all the smoke will coalesce outside of his armor, roll down into his fingers, and he will summon the dagger Veilbreaker into his hand. So he's got that out and nice and ready. And then as it sort of coalesces and becomes physical, he will strike it against the holy symbol that he has on his hip, and this sound of tolling bells will come out, and the one that she stabbed in the chest with the knife, he will use Toll the Dead on.
Sure. So that's a wisdom saving throw?
Yes, DC 18.
DC 18. Okay, I got a decent shot. So let's see. I hit 18 on the nose, so yeah.
Nothing.
So sorry about that. Yeah, nothing happens. And
see, he fluffs your save, but doesn't fluff mine. Favoritism, that is.
Yeah.
Speak to the dice. So yeah, there's no reaction either. Normally, even if you miss with Toll the Dead, you can watch as somebody kind of goes through a bit of an existential crisis. Not in this case. Okay, they're going to go next. So they are all going to do the same thing. And again, with this eerie synchronicity. So the two creatures at the bottom are going to look at, and I arranged these icons randomly. So they're going to look at Farewell and Glory. And they put their hands up like this, and they touch each other's hands. Not looking, they're looking straight forward. They haven't got eyes anyway, but they're looking straight forward. The two hands come up, and they touch for a second. And as they do so, suddenly... Glory, what are you thinking of right now?
What am I thinking of?
What is Glory thinking?
I have not seen anything like that before.
Farewell, you hear, I haven't seen anything like that before, in your head.
Does that work with my tiara?
Yeah, she has a tiara and no one can read her mind. Not unless she wields them.
Oh, okay, sorry. I forgot you've got a tiara of mind shielding.
She counteracted you.
In that case, Farewell, you don't hear a thing.
Wait.
Farewell, what are you thinking?
The honest thing would be, oh God, I hope everybody that I care about is dead. And that's the only thing that's going through his head.
In that case, Glory, you do hear that.
Okay.
Okay. And you are both suddenly aware that you can talk telepathically to each other. Which your mind shielding... your mind shielding still works. So Farewell can't overhear your mind, but you can choose to willingly project a message only to Farewell Barebones and speak telepathically to each other. You just gain this ability.
Oh.
So will Glory overhear Farewell's thoughts though?
It depends on how controlled Farewell is. If he starts panicking or starts to lose control of his own thoughts, it's possible he could shout mentally.
Or as he's
luckily, I can choose not to receive those.
Yes.
Don't
So Glory has
ways,
control over this. She's got her own firewall, but she can use the service.
Indeed.
And the second set of people, second set of creatures do the same thing, pressing their hands together. Cora, what are you thinking right now?
She's still vomiting and thinking, fucking dragon, he could have sent other dragons, just us, he just wanted us out.
Eclipse, you hear the whole lot. And you are both aware that you two can speak to each other. Only each other, though.
So,
are you gonna ask what I'm thinking?
So I realised that I've said that aloud and she knows it. Like, there's some way of knowing that I just projected that to her.
Well, if I project back, but Simon hasn't asked what I'm thinking yet.
I was about to say if there's a thought that you want to, if you want to say what you're thinking of at that time as well. Cora would have heard it because before you guys know that you can talk to each other telepathically, it's like you haven't switched on push to talk in your head, so you've caught a snippet of each other's thoughts, and that's how you discovered this.
Vomiting is gross. Vomiting is gross.
Fair. Very fair.
Okay. And that's going to be their entire action.
They gave us telepathic charring? Okay.
They can probably hear as well.
There we go.
They adapt, remember?
There we go. That's all they've done. Well, I guess I could get you to make a check now. Those who are vomiting do a perception check with disadvantage. Your passive doesn't affect you here, so only your active will do. And Glory, you get to do it without disadvantage.
Straight perception check.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. 21.
Okay.
13 for farewell.
Okay.
That's sad.
10. Oops, sorry. 10.
Okay. So the only person who notices any change at all is Glory herself. And Glory, you think that these figures are changing. There's definitely a kind of texture change on them. Not quite sure what yet. Okay. And that is them. I nearly said their name. I'll reveal their name later.
No. They're trying to turn into us, aren't they?
So, Corinne, you're up. What are you doing? Oh no, actually, that was the prize round done. So, no, we already did that.
That was their turn.
Yeah, it is now Corinne's turn. What are you doing?
Corinne or me, but Corinne can have it.
Yeah. Farewell is next to this guy, yeah?
Farewell is yes.
Yes. For purposes of sneak attack.
Yes, for purposes of sneak attack, yeah.
I will slash at it with my lash knife. Does a 17 hit?
It does hit.
Does hit. Nice. And has my sneak attack dice changed? It has. Nice. It's now 5d6. Ooh, that's a good roll. 10, 9. So that's 3, 19, plus 4, plus 2 is 21, plus 4, 25, plus 5, 30 points of magical piercing.
Good stuff. So, yep, you sink your lash knife into this guy's body, and as far as you can tell, you've done a decent amount of damage. There's this giant gash in the creature's body where the lash knife has come in and just gone straight down its front. The flesh seemed to part fairly well. There was a bit of resistance, but you managed to just snap that chain at the last minute, and the blade at the end of it really had a good whip effect. And it's insanely sharp, as you know, having cut yourself several times whilst learning how to use this exotic weapon. And it just puts a huge gash into this thing.
Do they have any visible weapons they are carrying?
At the moment, just these big claws. So I'd say its claws are like 1.5 inches long, and they have the kind of glistening. And you've seen some demons with black claws before, and you know that those claws are as strong as steel and very, very sharp.
Okay, yeah. Well, I just wanted to know if they had something I could steal. They don't. Well,
Nope.
I'm gonna go and hide in these boxes here.
Sure. Yep. Move your character into the correct place. And
Yeah.
what's your hide? What's your
It's 20.
Yeah, you're hidden. You're hidden. Yeah. Their passive perception's not going to start with a 2, believe me. So, yeah. Yeah, so you jump into some boxes, just this kind of meow, and you're gone. As far as you're aware, you're gone. Yeah, sorry. As far as they're concerned, you're just gone. They know you're here somewhere, but they just don't know where.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next is Felicia.
Felicia?
Muted. Bring.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just thinking. I'm slightly concerned.
Remember, this is probably the first of many battles, so do not blow your load.
I don't want to use any too many spell slots, so I'm gonna go down to some cantrips. So I was gonna see. First of all, I was gonna move my character so I am in between Cora and Farewell, because that way they should hit you guys first.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Hey, you're the one with the new shiny armor.
Hey, I'm the tank member of the group at the moment, the smallest one.
Uh-huh. Small
Halfling
tank. That's the best. But yes. Let's see how flammable these things are.
Okay.
As Kate reminded me, we have no finesse points at the moment, and we need to fix that.
There we go. You've got finesse points set up on your new rig, yeah?
I do. I think they're.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll check if you approve of them, but they're basically our little emote.
Yeah.
I'm
cool.
using at the moment.
Okay, so that's a hit. Because I'm gonna assume that if my 23 hit, a 27 will also hit.
Good God. What'd you get? 19 or something?
Yeah, I got 17. And I have a plus 10 to spell attacks.
How? Wow. Okay.
How do you get plus 10?
I've got a plus
I've
10.
got plus 10. I've got plus 10.
Oh, actually, yeah. Now you're
Yeah.
you're level 9 now, so yeah, plus 10 is freely achievable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, a lot of them have got plus 1
yes,
focuses
plus
as
10.
well.
Oh yeah, plus 10. So mine should have been 18, not 17. But yes, doesn't
Still.
matter. Yeah.
Which is why, and this is a firebolt I'm firing at it, since, as I said, I'm gonna see if they're
Which one are you firing
flammable.
at? Which one are
Oh,
you
the
firing
white one. That one. The one I hit
Okay.
earlier.
Yeah, good to know. Good to know.
And that is, let's see here, fire, and firebolt is 2d10, and yeah, 13 points of damage.
13. Okay.
I rolled well.
So, yep. I'm going to do that, and... Sure. Go for it. So, anything for your bonus action?
No.
Okay. Glory, as you hit, do me a perception check.
That's always interesting.
I also hit.
16.
16. Okay. Let's see. It was that much. Yeah. Yeah. You notice it, and it's actually you're going to be grateful to Eclipse for this one. I had to write down some narrative rules based on this. So as you strike the one that you highlighted with a firebolt, you notice that the dove grey one that Eclipse hit, thankfully she hit that lovely great gash across its chest. When you hit the white one, the blue one heals. And you can see that Eclipse's gash starts to fill in.
Oh no.
Okay, focus on one.
Okay, the rest, we don't know this yet unless you're going to tell us, so.
On your turn, you can shout that if you want.
It's still my turn, isn't it? If I noticed it on my turn.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will gently... Well, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters if they hear us. I will just say... They are healing each other. Focus on one, I think.
Okay, is that everything, Felicia?
Yes. So,
Kate. Oh, sorry.
since they're paired up in different colors, so technically, since there's two sets, we could take out two at once if we took out the same color in both sets.
Well, just focus on numbers. That's always the good idea. Just focus on
yeah.
one.
Oh well. Next person's turn. I've done my thing. I'm gonna get some more to drink.
Okay, Kate, you're up. And don't forget that any attacks that you make on this turn are with advantage because you managed to hone your rage.
Okay, so this is classed for me as my first round, even though it's not the first round.
Yes, it's your first round of combat, not the first round of combat, because that would be different.
Okay. Okay. Right. I'm trying to decide if Cora really understands what is meant by thing, but she knows to focus on one, so she's I guess she's nearest to this guy at the top, or kinda.
Mm-hmm.
Which ones have been hit again? Sorry, I've been looking at what spells and various things and missing. So
the two at the bottom have been hit. The top two haven't been hit at all.
Okay, so yeah, cool. So I'm like, and see these two guys, and I am just going to, I think, her sort of like instincts kick in of the main stuff, so she's actually gonna cast Hex on that guy.
Okay.
Oh wait,
This one?
Don't click that. No, this guy.
No problem.
Okay.
So let's get the hex on there. So skull and crossbones. I'm feeling skull and crossbones today.
And yeah, I'm realizing that she probably meant the ones that have already been hit, but whatever. Cora's not smart. Right, it doesn't matter. Yeah, well, I've said it now, so it's happening. So yes,
I think Simon will allow you to change your mind.
I mean, from where Cora is and various things, and from throwing up and her thing,
I say keep going.
It's fine. She's gonna do that. She can always change her mind. So she's focusing on this guy, hex him, which is a bonus action. Yes, bonus action to hex.
Yep.
And then
so
she will.
It's an extra d6 damage, and I need you to give me an ability score that they will have disadvantage on.
Ooh, shit, yeah. Oh god. Ability score. Right. Oh, we discussed this before. We haven't seen. I haven't seen them attack or anything yet, so.
It doesn't affect attacks or saves. It's only checks. So
checks,
I think probably best to guide this, because a lot of people don't know what to do. So hex has a dual use. It has an in-combat use and an out-of-combat use, because when you hex somebody, they don't know they're hexed.
Yeah.
And some people who are trained in Arcana can kind of do a check to see if they feel something and get the symptoms. So out of combat, it nerfs somebody's ability to do something like swindle you or whatever. So you can hex somebody the second you meet them and say, yeah, your charisma's shit.
So we reckon things like strength and dex are quite good, right?
Yeah. They're usually quite good, and what I will suggest is that they're currently standing on a bunch of boxes.
Oh, they are on those boxes.
And so, there's dex. Boxes underneath them if you take a look. So you may want dex if certain things happen. You may want strength if you want to stop them from being able to climb up certain areas or whatever. But yeah, I think a physical one would probably be better. There is one thing that might help Eclipse going forward, and that is if you give them disadvantage on wisdom saving throws, if they actively try to search for her, they will have trouble doing so because she'll be hidden, and they will be rolling with disadvantage on perception.
Yes.
Yes. So wisdom checks. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll do that.
Yes, the search action is a check.
I can't remember what other spells people do that might need things. Okay, let's go for wisdom then, because I know that Eclipse is always trying to hide, so let's do that. And
to give out the extra advice, if you are ever up against a sneaky character, a character that you think is going to use guerrilla tactics of hiding and shooting from cover, then hit their dex because it's harder for them to hide.
Right, I was sort of wondering if dex, but yes, we'll go for wisdom. I'll write it actually, and then I'll just Eldritch Blast them from where I am. And to Eldritch Blast, go for it. We were a bit rushed, so did you approve the fact that I've changed my Eldritch Blast to
full respec. You haven't changed your invocations in a dog's ear, so let's...
I've never really looked at them, and then I suddenly was like, that's not even the best one. So okay, cool, which means, because he's hexed as well, alright, hold on, I have to roll to hit, let's do that.
Yep. For each one first.
Yeah.
Well, you do each one at a time.
Sure.
So.
Things changed, so it's that. Okay, 18 to hit. First one.
Okay, so that's. That's a mixture of force and necrotic damage, and you added your ability modifier.
No, that
was to hit. That was to hit. 18 to hit.
Sorry, yes, 18 definitely hits. So roll a d10's worth of force damage, a d6 of necrotic damage, and add your charisma modifier as more force.
Yeah. I throw 2 of them out, don't I?
Yes.
So does a 17 also hit? Because then I'll just roll it all.
Yep, so both of them hit, yeah.
Okay, so I have 2 d10 and a d6, and then I add...
2d6.
I would add...
2d6.
If you want to roll it in total, it's 2 d10s and 2 d6s.
You're right.
Because
Plus
they're 2 separate bolts, you...
Because 5 is my charisma modifier, so...
Yep, yeah.
Ooh, this could be nice. Oh, what's that? Yeah. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 plus 10 is 23.
23, nice. These blasts go forward and... do me a check because you didn't roll those with advantage. Just roll me 2 d20s and tell me if either of them are 20.
Oh, sure, yeah. No, there's a 15 and an 11, so no.
That's fine. You're good. Yeah.
Cool.
It's just if one of them critted, then I'd get you to roll another d10 and another d4, another d6.
Wow! That would have been great.
A respectable amount of damage. I mean, 23 points of
considering she's still wiping
cursed force
vomit
damage.
Off herself.
Yeah. There's this explosion, and there's a small crater in this thing's chest now, and that's your turn. So we're going to go back to the top, and it's farewell.
Oh, actually, I'm just going to move if that's okay, just because we're standing in a bit of a clump, and I'm not sure at the moment, so I'm going to maybe just clamber.
Sure.
I don't know. Am I in melee there? Maybe I don't want to be in melee, but can I do that?
Yeah, if you move there, you'll be in melee.
What if I
technically also in melee? These are kind of just about large. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean.
Well, you can. If you move one step back, you'll be fine. So
I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I would think it was here.
Yeah,
I'm just
that
going to do
sounds good.
that for now, and then I'll figure it
Sure.
out once I can read the room a bit.
I'll point out to you that any square on this map that has a crate in it is difficult terrain, and the squares that have the eggs and the slime in it, you're going to have to do a check to stay upright because it's slimy and slippery as hell. So there's a lot of terrain challenges here, but because you've both only moved very small amounts, you've got enough movement to cover it. Okay. Nick, what are you doing?
So I just want to double check something. Are they actually? Have we got two sets of the same coloured person, or is that just coincidence?
So, yes, there seems to be two matching sets, and each matching set, they are the same in contour, although you can start telling them apart by the damage they've received now. And there's, in each pair, one that is a kind of gone-off milky colour, and one that is a dove blue with a hint, dove grey with a hint of blue in it colour, and that's for both pairs. And they seem to be synchronised with each other in pairs.
I'm gonna be completely honest, Simon.
Mm-hmm.
Those are not dove grey, they are dark lavender.
Look, I'm colorblind, and I will just believe what anybody tells me in terms of what colours they are.
I picked one colour that was lighter than the other. Yeah.
Okay, so
This is fantasy.
For-
It's dove grey in this world.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I am going to reach down and put my hand on my holy symbol, and as he does, he will pull out. He'll start just this small, silvery grey beam, and he will throw it in between the two of them, where I'm pinging now, and will cast Spiritual Weapon, summoning a great mace at that.
And I think you've asked for a mace before, so I should have one here.
Nick has asked for a lot of different weapons. I'm surprised you haven't put in one of each type yet.
I
never
like
know.
All the time I have.
I like to play around sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Try and
Well,
keep
thankfully,
it just...
the power of Roll20 means that I can just pick up anything I like and throw it in. And there we go. There is your mace.
Nice.
Bit hard to see, but there we go.
Does the 16 hit?
A 16 does hit on the nose. So yeah, you've the AC. Congratulations.
Wow. Oof. Okay, 1d8 worth of force damage.
Dun-dun, dun-dun.
Plus
Ta-da.
5, so that is 9.
Wait, which one of them?
On which one?
Sorry, the one that I was told I should be hitting, which is this one here.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so how much damage, sorry?
9 points of force damage.
Cool. Yep, that's your bonus action. What is your action?
And then he will then again strike the holy symbol with the end of his dagger and send out more bell tolls towards him. So I'll cast Toll the Dead again. I want that fucking 2d12's worth of necrotic damage, and I'll be damned if I don't get it.
Yep. You get your 2d12 because you rolled a 5, so go for it.
Yes.
That was an absolutely trash roll.
Oh no, it's like 3. Okay.
No, it's 8. I rolled a 2 on one and a 6 on the other. I was like, oh, that's so trash.
Okay, that's not so bad. And now that you have, now that you've done a certain amount of damage yourself there, well, even on your passive perception, you can see that as you're hitting the milky one, the grey one is healing. To the point where there's very little of Eclipse's original slash left.
The one that I've just pinged.
Damage, but
Yeah, so is my grey one still damaged up here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still damaged at this point.
No, that's good. That's my turn, thank you.
Okay.
I think my spiritual weapons disappeared, by the way.
No.
No, it's just
I
turned yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Which ironically has
there.
made it harder to see, so I'll change that back in a sec. I put a tint on
yellow
it.
is
How
a
about
little
red?
better.
For us, maybe not for the colorblind guy.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Sorry, I don't need to move it.
How's the red going? Yeah, can you see the red?
I will very gently point out I'm red-green colorblind, so red against a green background is not particularly helpful.
Damn it. Okay.
It's all brown.
Okay. Nick.
I would
what
also
color-
point out that I am colorblind, and as such, going, it's brown, doesn't necessarily
No, I was
help
gonna
you.
say. No, I wasn't
It's
saying
too late.
as
I'm
you.
offended. I'm deeply offended.
We need to get you some
I
of
am
those cool
so-
glasses that make everyone do.
Yes,
It's the original color, Simon. I can make it out when it's like that.
Sure. Yeah, I've put it back. Right. I would like. Let's see. Oh yeah, can't be that. So I would like Glory to make 2 wisdom saving throws.
2. Oh
2.
my.
If what does your helmet mild shielding do anything about saves against charms and stuff, Alicia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's
It's good
immune
to-
to charms. But that's
I am immune to magic that allows other creatures to read my thoughts, determine whether you are lying, know my alignment, or know my creature type.
Yeah. So she's not immune to charm. That's what Farewell's got. Farewell can't.
Yeah.
Is very resistant to charm. So
Okay.
he's got a helm of loyalty. She's got a helm of mind shielding. So she can lie her brains out, and nobody will know, and nobody can read her thoughts. So it's kind of more to do with privacy.
Oof, that must be on the nose. A 15 and a 19.
Okay.
Oh, please let that 15 be enough. I only have +1 in wisdom.
Yes,
Okay.
wisdom is a very important stat.
It's not that
So-
useful. I got Constitution, and I got Charisma. I don't need a lot else. I got some intelligence.
Take
Where's
6
the-
points of psychic damage, Glory, as you can hear them laughing in your head. This strange giggle that sounds
Okay.
like it's very, very far away, and it's got the tinny sound of reflecting off maybe a metal pipe.
I don't like this.
Yeah. And I would like Cora to do 2 wisdom saving throws as well.
It's because I'm hiding so they can't see me. I'm sorry.
Okay. So, one of them is an 18, or yeah, one of them is 18, but the other one is 15. 7 and 8, 15.
Yes.
Yep. You hit the 15 on the nose, so you're fine. You passed both of them. Take 8 points of psychic damage.
Out of interest, do I know where
And
that came
again,
from? Would I know where that?
There's this kind
Just
of
a thing in my head.
strange, eerie, tinny, childish giggling that seems like it's very, very far away. You don't know if it's mocking or just creepy child laughter.
Okay.
But
and that
it's
was
very, very far away and it's very tinny.
cool. And that was 8
and-
points, was it, of damage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Right. So hang on. At this point, I would like Farewell to take 3 points of psychic damage, and I would like Eclipse to take 4 points of psychic damage.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's rude.
It's because we're connected.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you haven't guessed, this is one of my homebrew creatures, and I love them dearly. I will be using them again. So the next up is either Corinne or Felicia. Your choice, because you're both on 60.
I don't mind. I'm gonna stab it and hide. That is gonna be my action. So.
Okay. So
Go for it.
Yeah.
in that case, as a free action, Eclipse, do me a perception check.
Sure. 5. I see nothing.
You
My
see nothing.
passive
Carry on with
is
this.
Yeah, let's say
No.
passive is 14.
No, passive.
Oh.
Passive doesn't help in this case.
Okay.
It's written into the creature. So.
Of course you did that once you realized what a monster Farewell is.
I figured he'd already had the stats to be able to do this even without his passive. But this is a form of, well, if anybody knows how obfuscation works, it's Nick, and it's along those lines. It has the same metaphysics as obfuscation. So you have to actively be looking, well, not actively be looking for it. You have to notice it, but not passively. You have to kind of, as you're focusing your attention on them, it's a possibility of seeing it.
Right.
Okay. Yes, with advantage, it is a 23.
Yep, it
hit.
hits.
Yeah.
Yep. I have a
That's
feeling you're
good.
taking a leaf out of Merrick's book and doing the guerrilla tactics, so I approve.
Well, that's great. Så 4, 8 plus 4 is 12.
Just a quick question while you're doing that. Do I need to roll a constitution thing to know if I can concentrate because I took damage?
Oh yes, you need to do a constitution
save?
saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah. DC 10, because you only took a little bit of damage.
Now my hex goes. I rolled a 6 and I
Hex
got a
is
plus
gone.
2. Fuck.
25 points of damage to that one. The one
The milky
we've
guy.
been focusing on. The one
Yep,
we focus on, yeah.
Absolutely. Yep, it's 25 points of slashing. Yeah. Yeah, it strikes through his body, and yeah, it's pretty nasty.
Is he dead?
No. But the huge gash that you previously saw on the grey one is there's a similar gash in the white one now, but the grey one, you can't see any damage on them whatsoever.
25 to hide.
Sure, you are hidden.
Yeah. In my boxes. These are my boxes. If it fits, it sits.
So the grey ones were getting hit, but now they look fine.
No.
Just
This
not
specific
so
one.
the
The
grey one
lavender
that's
ones.
next to the white one that they're hitting is
It's fine. It's
is
healed
fine.
up.
And the one that you hit is still damaged.
Yeah. Okay, no, good. Sorry, I'm keeping up just about.
That's
Okay.
fine, Kate.
Felicia.
Yeah. I'm doing the same as last turn because I want to get this as a fire death so that Cora can get a finesse point. How close do you need to be for that, anyways? I forgot to pull up
I
that.
don't know.
So,
I
Kate,
can.
if you look at the burning band, it will tell you how the
Yeah, I
burning
forgot
band
to
can
pull
get
up
it.
that specific homebrew thing.
Yeah. So I.
Oh, here it is.
Something has gone
Burning
really wrong.
band. within 30 feet of Cora. So if I
6 squares, you're good. Yeah.
Yes, that
Cool.
one is close enough. That was just what I was checking, you know.
Oh yeah, my spell
Important.
charges on that have gone. So by the time they got to be all back by now with all the days that we spent. In
Yes, because you've had a lot of rest. Yeah, so your
Yeah,
burning
at
band
least
is
2
back up
days.
to full.
Yeah. Okay.
Is a 19 a hit?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. And then it was 2d10 fire damage. Ooh, 17.
Very nice. Yeah, you aim for the big slash across its chest, and you manage to land a firebolt right in there. And now you've got this burnt gash down the one, and yeah, he's looking pretty rough.
It's not
the other
dead.
one is pristine, but he's looking pretty rough.
Sadness.
Okay. And Kate, unfortunately, you've lost your hex. What would you like to do?
So I'm seeing everyone attacking this one down here. So now she's standing on a box, and so seeing what Glory's trying to do, she will use the burning brand to shoot firebolt. If I'm right, why can't I see it? Yes, firebolt.
Yep.
She does
The
that.
bearer can cast firebolt.
Yep.
Yep.
So
single attack, 2d10 fire damage if you hit.
Yeah.
Because we're not level
Stop
11
rolling
yet.
that dice jail for you. No, I rolled a 2, so I expect that's not going to cut it.
It's not going to hit.
Because I
Do you have? Don't you have plus 10? So that's 12 at the very
it
least.
is 12, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure if that's going to be enough.
No, the AC is 16, Simon told us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Then nope. She's trying to get her bearings and be like, oh, we're shooting that one. Oh, fail.
Sure.
I have a bonus. Do I bonus action? I don't know. Nah.
Did you roll for both of your Eldritch Blasts?
It wasn't
Oh, no,
Eldritch
she did a
Blast.
firebolt.
So it was.
It was
so
a
it's only a
firebolt.
one. It's only a 1 roll, right?
Yeah, it's a single roll, but it's
no,
double the damage.
Oh yeah, it's 2d10. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so farewell. Back around to you, sir.
I was just wondering, would this be a good point to take a very quick break? As if you can't
Actually,
tell,
that's a very good idea. So,
well.
Yeah.
we will see you guys back after the break.
See you soon.
welcome back, everybody. And when we left off, they were attacking. Our party were attacking strange, presumably abyssal or demonic creatures that have been paired off against each other, having been born from side-by-side twin pods. And the next person up, I believe, is Farewell Barebones. Nick, what would you like to do, sir?
I would like them all to just die now, please.
Okay. End of session.
Oh, total party TVK. It's the Faustian bargain. They die, but it's the Jew that die. Yes. So the great spiritual mace will crash down upon the whichever one this one is.
Yep. Yeah, you seem to be going for the milky one. Yep, that's good.
23 to hit.
23 definitely hits.
That's much better. That's 11 points of force damage.
Okay. Yeah. You bring the mace down, and there's the sickening crunch coming from somewhere inside its body.
But it's still standing.
It's still standing.
Son of a bitch. Okay. Oh. Well, I'm glad that my plan worked there. So Farewell gets hold of his sort of hand, and he flings a ball of silver radiant energy towards the same target, and I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay. That's a spell attack, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, go for it.
Natural 20.
Ooh, first of the night. Yeah. Roll double the dice.
Thought I might actually have 4d6, but it turns out I don't. I only have 3. How terrible.
But you need to roll twice as many, so that's 8 you need.
So that's...
Yes.
Oh, 2 6 12 plus 3 is 14. Sorry, 15 plus 2 is 17. 17, 18, 22, 27, 30. 30 points of radiant damage.
Nice.
Nice.
So, you watch, Nick, as the Grey One pulls out these horrible, horrible claws and is going for its own body. And it looks like the Grey One is trying to harm itself to heal its counterpart. And as it does so, you go, no, and you throw out this guiding bolt, and it hits the second one, and you expect, this radiant damage to sear through it, but it's quite unremarkable. It hits it, and the thing disappears.
It died from a spell that Glory didn't cast.
That's correct.
Yes. But it did die within 5 feet of me.
So we both get a finesse point.
Oh, I don't know actually.
No,
Sorry,
it didn't. It didn't die within 5 feet of Farewell.
No?
Well,
You
you
should have
said
got
it was
closer.
large. You said it was large, so yeah.
Yeah, come on, let's engineer this also and get a free finesse point to give away.
Yeah, it needed to be one space further forward in order for that to have happened. So no, didn't happen.
I mean, it depends if you count 5 feet from the corner here, or if you count.
So, are we
5
saying
feet
that
means adjacent square. Okay, so
right? Is
but
Glory
yeah,
getting one though? Is that the idea?
Glory gets one though because somebody got killed by a spell, and that definitely tailors to her.
Yeah, because I don't even have a range on mine. It just says whenever a target dies from a spell that Glory didn't cast.
Yep.
The rest of you have range. I don't.
I never get a finesse point because mine is so situational.
Which technically means that she gets a finesse point if one of you guys die to an enemy spell. It's not much in the way of compensation, but it is technically true.
Yes.
Okay. So, yep, you've now got your finesse point glory. Death and destruction through arcane means has fueled your soul. And that's you done, Nick?
That's me.
The creature in front of you is going to lash out now with a wild animal. And you can see that because we're now a few turns into this, the grey one that's right in front of you, the right-hand side of it is still this perfectly smooth mannequin figure. The left-hand side, the place where an ear would be is starting to go out in fronds, and you recognize that there's some lines appearing on the neck. And half of its body seems to be looking slightly Genasi.
I told you! Do I kill the glory one first?
When you kill the other one, because it was you who killed it, the other one, as I say, they didn't display any sign of pain up until now. When you destroy its other half, this one kind of convulses with what you would consider pain, and as you do so, you can see that it's starting to really try to take some sort of form on its left-hand side, and at that point, the face splits, and you hear, and it slashes at you with its claws. So a 10 doesn't hit, an 8 doesn't hit, and a 15 doesn't hit. It's just there, just slashing at your armor, trying to get any damage on you whatsoever. And as it cries out, the other two are going to focus on Glory, and they are going to give you a huge mind blast. I'd like you to make 2 wisdom saving throws, please.
Of course they're targeting me. Why wouldn't they be targeting the one with bad wisdom? Well, that's a nat 20 and a 17.
Okay.
Nice.
Both of them pass, so you only take... you take 10 points of psychic damage, and Farewell takes 5 points of psychic damage.
I'm hiding in my boxes.
Yes. You fit and you sit.
Yes.
So the other set of strange figures strike out at Glory, and Glory, I'm just going to give this to you for free. When they strike at you, you get a feeling that they're not trying to strike at you, they're striking at Farewell. But they know the way to hurt him is to hurt you. Especially after they see that the first one trying to slash at his armor is getting nowhere.
Smart! I don't like them.
I approve. So either Corinne or Felicia, your turn.
Do you want me to do my normal stabbing, and then you can get on doing whatever fancy shenanigans you do?
You do your stabbing. Either go on to the one trying to hurt Farewell, or start with the second pair. I think Cora has hurt the purple one in that group.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for that one because it is closer and I can actually reach it. 15 plus 10 is 25. It hits, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. It hits.
Yes.
Yep.
My dice. Twos. 4 plus 4. So that's altogether 10. First one. Yeah.
Sure.
No. 10, 20, 25.
25. You slash at it, and nothing seems to be healing.
Yoo-hoo!
Because it's lost its partner, nothing seems to be benefiting from its suffering.
Yeah. And I will go back into my boxes. My boxes. I like my boxes. With a 28, I will hide in my boxes.
Somehow we lose a white cat amongst the boxes. She has not been heard of since. Sometimes we still hear her meowing.
We'll put up posters. Have you seen this cat? Have you seen this cat?
Brilliant. Felicia,
enjoys belly rubs and talking about the
Heart of Jordan.
Jordan. Yeah.
Yes.
Always about the heart of
That's
Jordan.
a weird scene. Somebody just stroking Eclipse's belly, and she's just saying, "So I investigated this tomb the other day. It was not very good. I don't think that I'm on the right trail. I think I need to go into the library again and get a different book." As they're stroking her stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Yes. Now the question is, why isn't that one in this? Didn't I edit this? For fuck's sake. I mean, I could do that and see if it helps, but nah, that's too big. Well,
Damage is probably good.
damage is probably good. Let's continue with the whole fire brigade. Maybe get Cora a finesse point. Because I am getting a feeling that the mind blasts are not attack rolls they're making, as it's an ability.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, 27 hits. Where are my d10s?
Who are you hitting, by the way?
Good question. I'm gonna hit this guy because I know Cora hit him earlier, and that pair is assaulting my mind.
Okay.
So he can take a 16 fire damage.
Okay. Yep. Good to know. The fire damage hits and seems to be somewhat effective. He's now the little crater on his chest where Cora blatted him with some Eldritch blasts has now got a lovely chard outside.
Good.
It's also shrinking.
That's concerning.
Oh no! It's shrinking to become a halfling.
Yes, of course it is. Yes.
I
That
hit it
makes
first.
sense.
Of course it would pick me.
Yes. Let's continue. Okay. Well, that was my action. I cast a firebolt. Anything else I can do that's fun? No, this is the first battle. Better to save stuff. Yeah, go on. Who's next? That's Cora.
Next up is Cora. And we're on round 4, by the way. So, Cora, what are you doing? You've got a guy who's just gone a bit, well, I say a guy, looking increasingly female and shorter by the second. And, with a crater in their chest with singed edges, thanks to Glory. And you've got a decidedly Farewell-shaped one in front of Farewell that's got a giant slash across its chest.
Is the white one getting 30?
Now that you look at it, the face is elongating.
Well, Cora is going to want to attack the one that's starting to look like her because she don't want any of that crap, and she doesn't know if attacking the Farewell one is going to hurt Farewell. So Nope, she'll blast this one again with another couple of Eldritch Blasts, even though it doesn't now have hex.
Do it.
Oh, those are better rolls. That's a natural 20 and an 18.
Oof.
Okay, both of them hit, and I need you to roll them separately. So roll 2d20, sorry, 2d20, sorry, 2d10, and add your charisma modifier for the nat 20.
Oh, I doubled the dice. Yeah, right. So 8, 9, 10. So 15 for that. So it was an 8, 2, and a 5.
Okay.
Adding.
And now roll your regular one.
That's a 4 plus 5, so 9.
Okay. You notice that as you hit this one, the nasty crater that you originally put in the chest, you hit it with this as I say critical hit. You're there. You kind of focus your power, even though the hex isn't on it anymore. You focus your power. You let it loose, and this force bolt hits it. Wham! Right in the same place as last time. It's like you're trying to dig a hole through this thing, and it doesn't do as much damage as you thought it should have done. Neither does the second one.
And do I notice anything?
It was
on any of the
spectacular.
others?
It was a good bang.
Oh,
it was a real
bollocks! I know. Yep. No, Cora. Well, I don't know if Cora would have figured it out. Kate might have figured it out.
You've got theories, I'm sure. I'm happy to talk about them on the. No. Well, assuming you finished the.
No. Well, we
combat.
already know this stuff. They learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
In different ways, yeah. So that's anything else from Cora?
I don't know. I'm really no. Oh, bleh. I don't think anything I have that's a bonus is all that useful right now. Bonus actions are those two. Yeah. No. I will just stay as I am.
Okay. We're up again to you, Farewell Barebones, as the increasingly genasi, or half genasi, one half of a genasi, is attacking you, and you can see that the gills and the kind of fronded ear that you have is really starting to take shape now. And a lot of the facial features are working out, and you can see there's a start of your beard appearing on the one side, and the body is starting to reshape itself to not just mimic you, but mimic your armor. But only on one side, perfectly down the center. Only one side is going that way.
Because we killed the other half.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, this is so wrong. And the big mace just falls and swings.
Yeah.
I just need to double check my sheet.
Is this the point where you ask, how does it feel to hit your cell?
Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm thinking right now. A dirty 20.
Yep, hits. Roll me some damage.
Oh, I got an 8 on my D8. That's awesome. 13 points of force damage.
Sure. The mace comes down, wham, straight onto the top of it, and the side of the face that isn't Farewell has got this huge dent in the side of the skull. You have a feeling that the skull isn't it doesn't have a skeleton, but it hits something firm, and it's kind of like hitting plastic, I guess, like hitting a plastic bin, and it's dented in that way.
So Farewell will step forward and get right up to it in melee, and will reach out with his shielded hand, and as he does, his sort of like all the veins in that arm. Oh no, because you can't see it because it's armored. That's really annoying. Oh, well, we'll just say that like the arm just glows like, and he reaches out and touches them, and I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds.
Ooh.
Are you just
Nice.
touching them, or are you trying to punch them with the shield arm?
No, I'm touching.
He's touching
Okay.
them. So inflict wounds is that it's a dark blessing, and the blessing he's giving is go to death, and he's anointing this person with necrotic damage. So it's the barest of touches that he needs to do, and most of it is the spell, as he just reaches for the Raven Queen and says, "Go beyond the veil," and he's just pushing them into death.
Okay.
Yeah.
Die!
3d10 necrotic if I hit. And I do with a 15. No, I won't. It's a 15. I miss.
It's 15. You miss by 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you
Shit.
reach out to it, it doesn't actually dodge. It's more that once you put your fingers on this very cold, lifeless skin, slightly spongy to the touch, a little plasticky. There's a bit of uncanny valley going on there. You're there trying to find its life force, and you're like, "What the hell are you?" And you just can't connect. You know, you need to be able to just interact with this thing's life force, and even though you're touching its skin, and it's doing okay, I was about to say it's doing nothing. It's not doing anything. It's still kind of clawing at your metal form, and you know, you've got this winged helmet now that's around your head. So even when it goes for your helm, you just kind of turn your head to the side, and it just scratches down the wing. And yeah, it seems to be doing so recklessly. And you know, you've been in a fair amount of battles now, so that when you just go boom, it doesn't do a thing. So sorry, that would have been cool.
Yeah. Shit.
And you got it with your weapon, at least your spiritual weapon.
Do you have a spare inspiration, something lying around that you haven't used?
He does.
Yeah, I do actually. I actually have inspiration, but it's too
You
late
can
now.
use-
I can't.
Oh, you
Well,
can use it.
You
can
can use it.
Fuck it. I'll
Yeah.
use it then. Go on.
The
I'll
end
use it.
inspiration gets to be used even after you failed a roll.
Well, that's now an 18.
Roll your damage. But remember to mark off your inspiration. But yes, mark
I have.
roll your damage.
Oh, that's really good. That's 24 points of necrotic damage.
Nice.
You
2
will yourself
7s and a 10.
You will yourself to connect with the life force of this thing, and you do it kind of recklessly. You're like, I can't feel your life force, but it must be there somewhere, and you just push out in its general direction, and just, you know, almost like you're starting to learn power word kill or something. And as you anoint him, they're going, no, fuck it, go, die. And as you do so, you just feel this wave of entropic energy, as I'm sure Merrick would call it, as you're starting to push this thing's life force into the Raven Queen's territory through her gate, as Michelle has said in the cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
So it's their turn. The creature in front of you stops slashing and takes a moment to compose itself, and it starts whispering, and you can hear your own voice, which is really disconcerting. Farewell. You hear your own voice saying, join us, it's okay. Become one with us. Slip into our mind. You don't need that body anymore. You have mine. It's okay. It's going to be okay. Do a wisdom saving throw.
It's your voice, but slightly off, because you never sound as you think you do in your own hand.
That is true.
25.
25. Yep. Okay. So you only take.
Only. And
That
I
was a
hear
lot
a
of
lot of
dice.
dice rolling.
That was a shit ton of dice.
You only take 5 points of psychic damage, and Glory, you take 2 points.
Oh. I'm not the target for once.
Yeah.
Not yet.
And this whispering is starting to mess with your head, but you're resisting it for the most part.
Yeah, I'm glad we killed mine first.
Yeah, and it's now just whispering to you in your own voice, and you can feel almost like you can trust the voice, but then you shake yourself free and go, no, it's this freakish thing in front of me. And yeah, that's that. The other two are going to go for you, Cora. So I would like you to make 2 wisdom saving throws, please.
Not me.
Okay. A 9 and a 16.
Ooh.
1 fail.
So that is take 12 points of psychic damage, and Eclipse takes 6.
Mm-hmm.
All the fancy armor was for nothing.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to defend against mental attacks when apparently they don't do. Ugh.
And you notice they haven't moved. They're faceless forms, although increasingly less faceless now. Cora, your one is looking like it's only about half a foot taller than you at the moment, and you can see that there's features on the face and the body that looks very much like yours. It's mimicking your clothing, and only on one side. And let's see, it's the grey one, so it's the left-hand side. And you can see that the white one, or the off-white one, its right-hand side is looking a lot like Eclipse.
Is it growing is it growing half a tail?
It is growing half a tail.
Ugh.
It's a little stubby thing. It's about a foot long at the moment. It's a little stubby thing. But yes, it is growing a strange half tail.
That is more disturbing than having half a face.
Could I ask a question? On an attack like this, would something like Hellish Rebuke work? Because I don't know who's attacking me.
I
think with the...
Is it Hellish Rebuke?
Is it a melee attack?
It's a reaction.
Yes.
It's a Hellish Rebuke.
Yes, it's Hellish,
when you take damage.
Rebuke you're thinking of. Yes. But
Yeah.
I do believe that because it is when you take damage, basically your wounds lashing out, it needs to be like...
No, not unless it specifies it. It doesn't need to be a melee attack. If it's only a melee attack, it will specify it specifically.
Give me a moment. I have that one too, so let me check here. Hellish Rebuke. 1 reaction which you take in response to being damaged by a creature within 60 feet that you can see.
Yeah, it qualifies. Yeah.
Question though, are these, because they both attacked, and did I pass one and fail one? Do I know which one I failed from, if you know what I mean? Like, because
you took damage off both of them.
Yeah.
So you took half damage from one and full
okay.
damage from the other. You can choose who you react to. Because it's your reaction, and typically with things like this, unless there's a mechanical reason why you can't, if you wanted to hit the grey one, which you've hit before,
what? Yeah, let's do this.
You can do that.
I'm gonna Hellish Rebuke the grey one, with 5d10.
Sure. What's the saving throw?
Dex.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Yep. So that's that. I rolled a 1, so yeah, you hit damage.
Okay, excellent. So yeah, it's a 2d10, but for every level you get an extra one. Now a level 5, so it's 5d10.
Yeah. Forgot about warlocks. Not many spells, but they hurt.
Okay. 8, 10, 18, 19, 23. Do I add anything to that? I don't think so. I don't think there's any.
It's a spell modifier.
Oh,
yeah, I don't know.
hang on, I need to check something. What's your... Kate, what's your spell
Wait, this says
DC?
60 d10 damage. Why is it 60 10? Oh, because it's 2 for the first level. It's 2
for the first
automatically. So wait, I gotta add another.
Yeah.
And that was another 8 on top of that.
So 32.
Woo!
Yeah. 24 before?
30,
okay, so 32 points.
23, I think it was, and then 8, so 31. No.
Oh, 31. Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah, 31.
Bloody
Yeah.
maths.
So, I forgot about something.
Oh,
What's
dear.
your spell save DC?
Oh. What is that now? It is 18.
18. Okay. I had advantage on the roll, but I just rolled and it rolled a 1 and an 8, so both of them failed. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, in that case, 31 points of damage as its mind lashes out, and it's fire, I believe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. It's fire damage.
It bursts into flames and it chars the skin all the way over. It doesn't seem to be in pain. It just suddenly just sets alight. And yeah, that's a lot of damage.
But it doesn't die,
And
damn it!
You can... No, it doesn't die. But you can see at this point that the white one is about to harm itself to try to heal its counterpart.
Oh, you fucker.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's Cora. Back to the top. Nick. It is round. Oh, hang on. No, hang on. No, it's not. It's not Nick. It's not Nick. Because that was a reaction to them doing stuff. So it's actually
You're
Corinne
right.
and Felicia next.
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
Yes. I wanna stab.
Then go stab.
Stab, stab, stab. Stab.
Which one?
The one I can reach. This one.
Sure.
I'm gonna need to make one of new these. Oh well.
With advantage. 19.
Yes, that hits.
Yes. Okay. Not the worst. Okay, so 2. Så 11 plus 2 är 13. Plus 8 är 21 plus 5. 26.
26.
27 actually, because I keep adding 5 when it should be plus 6. So it's 20
Yep.
and 27.
Your lash knife goes right through it, right through the trunk of its body, and carves a huge hole in the middle of it. And with a sickening, as you pull back to get the last part of the slash, the knife pulls back out free. It's not dead. It's semi-facelessness, just looking at Farewell at this point. And yeah.
I will never get a finesse point from my normal thing. I never kill anything.
But the
Sadness.
damage you do is ridiculous. It's down to luck rather than anything else. You're applying around about 30 points of damage around. It's just out of fluke that you haven't killed something.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
It is.
Rogue is
Because I don't think I've ever gotten a finesse point in this game.
That's okay.
Like
We all had finesse points recently. We were like, we were rolling in them.
No, I'm saying I'm not getting finesse points in combat like you guys are.
Oh.
She gets the next point because Nick gives them to her.
Yes. So I rolled a 24 for hit hiding.
Yep. And the cat once again just goes meow back into the box.
She just jumps into one box, but suddenly you see the tail out of another box, and then it's gone. Like, you don't know what box she's in, but she's in one of them.
In order for her to dart between the boxes, there is a lot of cat fur that's starting to come off the wood. You know, if I was there, I'd have trouble breathing right now because the cat is getting a bit ridiculous, yeah.
The cat is stirring up not only cat fur, but also dust.
Yeah. Yes. Felicia, it's your turn.
Yes.
What does Glory do?
Well, let's see here. How far away is this thing? 17 feet. Yeah, that works. Let's see if we can kill it for Cora to get a finesse point this turn. I'm gonna continue casting Fireball. Because I can.
Firebolt, I assume.
Yes, Firebolt.
Yeah, I heard Fireball. I was like, what?
Oh. Sometimes I miss my last word, and that's a natural 20! Woo! Hello?
So, 4d10 fire damage.
Yes.
What a waste of a natural 20.
Yes.
Are you attacking them?
She's attacking the one with the huge gaping hole in its chest. It's like, natural 20, and it's there with this giant hole. And it's like, it's not going to take much to kill me at this point.
Yes, I know.
Well, you might roll 4 ones, so don't.
Oh, jinxed.
Wow,
Don't be
that
like
wouldn't
that.
have happened until now.
Yeah. Don't be mean to me like that. I just had to pull out 2 more d10s, sorry. Well, it's not that bad. Okay, so... that is 10... 24 fire damage.
Yeah, that's enough. And with a flash, the other farewell is gone.
Good. And Cora gets a finesse point because it was fire.
She does.
I have accomplished my goal of being a team player. Now we can start killing things.
Cora, your heart is pounding as this fire takes hold and gets rid of one of them. You're jacked. You're kind of energy drinked up now. As you attune to the fire doing what it does best.
You did get a finesse point from that, though, Nick, because it was right in front of you when it died.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. So, you got a 2 for the Felicia, and Nick has got a finesse point as well. Well pointed out, Corinne. Kate, what are you doing? There is a Cora 2.0 right in front of you.
Can we kill ourselves? It feels like we can. It's not working. And I'm not sure what to do. The other one looks like it's still trying to hurt itself. But I just got to keep doing the one that's injured. So Cora is going to... oh, I know what I was thinking. Cora, because I think it's a bonus action. Where's it gone? She is going to reach in to the bag of tricks on her belt and pull out a fur ball and throw it on the floor.
Roll me a d8.
And we get a mastiff.
A mastiff? Nice,
yep,
okay.
Yep, not a rat anymore.
So I'm going to bring add monster. Type in mastiff.
There we go, I've got it. Cool.
So
I think it was.
Now have a dog.
I have a dog. Oh, I've always wanted a dog. So that I think was. I have to use an action actually to do that. So, but I can use a bonus action to tell it. Yes. So okay. I will command it to sick him the Cora looking one.
Are you sure you should be handling dogs, Cora? Your track record with dogs isn't great.
I won't shoot this
harsh. That's harsh.
That's one hell of a throwback.
Ooh. Doesn't Cora still have traumatic stress from that? Like
Potentially. Sudden flashbacks of shooting the poor dog's tail off.
yes.
Okay, I've put a helpful doggo right in front of you, and it's gonna attempt to take a bite. Roll me a d20, please.
That is a 17. Does it have any extra?
Yeah, 17 plus 3, dirty 20. Roll me a d6.
It's not huge tax.
Oh, that is a 6.
Okay, so the dog appears from nowhere, and this is random, and the creature in front of you is like, what the hell, little furball? And it just turns into this dog that you go, sick him, and the dog goes and latches onto this thing's leg and starts and really going for it.
Takes 7 points of damage because it's a 1d6 plus 1, right? Piercing.
That's right, yeah.
Cool.
And also, the creature has to make a strength saving throw.
Oh yeah.
At plus
be knocked
3.
prone.
Be knocked prone from height as well, so it'll fall off backwards off the things. Okay, it got a 19 on the dice, so it doesn't fall prone. But that would have been cool. Yeah. So your dog just latches straight in and starts shaking the leg of this thing. I'm so glad that you didn't roll this. You didn't do this at the beginning, because maybe one of them would have had to have tracked the dog instead. So it's just they're turning into half dog as it's going along.
That would have been something.
Well, they would have seen that Cora and the dog are linked somehow and would have gone, okay, clearly those two are the ones we need to go for. Okay, so that's Cora.
Yeah,
Nick.
I don't think I'm going to move, so we're good.
Yeah, okay, you've got a dog between you and them as well, so the dog is kind of a meat shield as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Dogs are
That's
not
a
the meat
mean
shields,
way
they are
of
for
saying it.
Mm-hmm.
So, with my bonus action, I would like to bestow my finesse point onto Eclipse.
Sure.
So she can, because it's been mentioned enough. I have a feeling that that's where it's supposed to go.
Well, you can keep it, but I don't know what you can do with it. So
I can literally just give it to people. That's literally all I do with it. That's all I can do with it.
His goddess is the goddess of fate, so he slashes Veilbreaker through the air and manages to see two realities. And in one of them, you do something awesome, and he chooses that reality to be in. Okay.
So what I want to check is the pods. Are they still up? Okay.
No, the pods are kind of deflated water balloons with ooze coming out of them. You don't think there's going to be anything else that will come out of them. They're spent. They look like broken eggs.
Okay. In that case, I will move up to here.
Thank you.
Because I cannot move my spiritual weapon yet because I've used my bonus action.
Isn't you giving a finesse point a reaction?
No, it's a bonus action.
No.
Yeah.
It's a bonus action according to the card.
Yeah.
And plus, and even if it was a reaction, I wouldn't want to spend it. I like to save my reactions for the more useful glaive cleric abilities.
Yeah.
Did I miss? Has Eclipse got a finesse point?
She has.
Yes.
So is that all of us, or is Farewell's now?
No, Nick.
Nick has given his.
Nick doesn't have one anymore because he gave it to Eclipse.
Cool.
Yeah.
Transition. Thank you.
And what I will do is, which one of the guys all been attacking? The left or the right one?
Purple.
The grey one.
Right one.
I will again. I will go for a consistency here. I will strike the Veilbreaker off my holy symbol, and I will cast Toll the Dead on it.
Sure. And
Very good. Is Toll the Dead a
Cantrip.
cantrip?
Yeah.
Nice.
Natural 20, nothing happens.
Fuck.
It's about time they have advantage on these things.
Why?
Because he's an evil man.
Because he's a DM and he knows our characters better than we do.
True. That's my turn, thank you.
Okay. So it's their turn. The white one is going to rip the crap out of itself. So 8, 9, and 11 is 28. It's going to lose 28 points. And it's going to give them to its counterpart. And then the counterpart is going to...
He has a doggo on the leg. So moving is gonna be hard.
Yeah, I think it's... is it going to attack the dog? I don't know.
How smart is it? Does it have cognitive thought, or is it, oh, thing is on me, stab?
Well, it just got a 3 on an intelligence check, so it's going. So the doggo is going to do a wisdom of +1. Here we go. Yep, that. So yeah, your mastiff gets a total of 4 points. Sorry, 4 on its 4 on its wisdom saving throw. And yes, that's not good. That's a dead dog. So
how much is that then?
The half Cora, because it's very, very much half Cora. The half Cora looks down at the dog, and or at least angles the face towards the dog, and the dog just goes whoop out of existence, because bag of tricks, dogs don't end up being corpses.
Good
they
dog.
just disappear.
Good dog.
Took a hit for you, man.
Yeah. He did his duty. We shall
I'm
honor
so
his
disappointed.
sacrifice.
Nobody gets the spill damage because it's the dog.
Yeah.
Hey, I got 2 more of those babies.
That's great.
Giant rat, I choose you. No, it's not giant rat, is it? It's just rat.
No, it's
giant
just
goatee
rat. But you
Okay.
can get a lion.
Yes, you can.
And a brown bear, yeah.
That's that. And you
Yeah.
are on to Corinne and Felicia.
Yes,
Take this home.
I'm gonna let the cat stab.
20
I
is
can already die.
Yeah.
Sure.
27 to hit.
Yes, it hits.
That's a pretty okay. So 10 plus 3 is 13 plus. 13 plus 4, 17 plus 6, 23.
Yep. Even though its counterpart is ripping itself to burger meat, trying to heal its other half, you are there kind of like, yeah, what of it? Slash. And this huge gash goes right across from shoulder to shoulder. And it's kind of, part of its head kind of, you've done such a deep cut from shoulder to shoulder that the weight of its own head is making the head go back. And it's making this kind of cut open up like some sort of comical mouth at this point. Well, it would be comical if it didn't look like your friend.
Yeah, and I still haven't killed it. Yeah.
You still haven't killed it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go hide here.
I'm gonna
go hide in a box.
17.
Yeah.
That's your lowest yet.
Yeah.
How
Once
low
again,
did you roll?
the cat just jumps in, and yeah. For you,
Oh,
it's
actually,
like
it's not. It's actually 20. Okay, I keep getting a plus 13, not plus 10.
Sure. Rogues, man. But yes, as far as you guys can see from turn to turn, is that she's just diving in and out of crates like some sort of strange dolphin, and every time she comes out, this thing goes woof, straight through the air and lashes like a scorpion's tail. It's a very strange sight.
Yes.
Felicia.
Yes. Oh dear, the things are starting to piss me off.
Mm-hmm. They're kind of designed for that.
Kill it. No fancy thing, just kill it.
Yeah, let's just continue. I don't need to cast a firebolt anymore. I could start using acid splash, but that's less yeah, no. Because it's a dex save, that's worse. Yeah, let's just continue casting fire. Why not? Why not? These things are boring. I don't like them, but they're boring. A 27 hits. What is with this dice and rolling 17s today? I never roll this well on this dice.
Hey, don't knock it.
Yeah, I was about to say. I've had the same dice doing 3s.
Yeah, 16 fire damage.
Okay. So, you hit it. And as you do so, it flashes out of existence.
Woo.
Oh no.
No, you killed it.
And spontaneously, the white one goes and both sides ripple. And it's now a perfect replica of Eclipse of the Moon. Both sides.
Oh shit!
And the only thing that's missing is the color. So it's completely wash with color. So it's this off-white. So it's like looking at a marble statue of Eclipse of the Moon.
Right.
That's not creepy at all.
This is the time where you say, "Do hit yourself."
Yes.
Next up is
Cora.
Okay, Cora is gonna try again on the Eldritch Blast thing. So let's see.
Ugh.
Okay. One was a 1, so I'm re-rolling that. Okay, so
I just want to get...
and it's a plus. Oh yeah, it's a plus 10. All right, yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty sure those hit. That's a 22 and a 21 to hit.
They both hit.
Huh. 20 damage.
That's for both of them total, yeah?
Yeah, it was an 8 and a 2 and plus 5 for both of them.
Yeah, okay, good stuff. So you hit it with this barrage of force. Wham, wham! And as you do so, there's 2 craters. It doesn't do as much damage as you thought it would. Even though, again, 2 really good minor explosions that have hit it. Eclipse, take 10 points of force damage.
What?
Shit.
Oh no!
Right.
Are you trying to make me blow a high-level spell slot, aren't you? You son of a bitch, you are actually trying to get me to blow a high-level spell.
Oh yeah, he's obviously trying to make us blow high-level spell slots, but we're not gonna let him.
It's fine, she only takes half the damage it does.
People were listening when I said, attrition encounters. Attrition encounters is what you want. Tempt people to blow their shit.
Well.
Okay, so that's everything from Cora. It's back around to Farewell.
Ooh, wouldn't that be traumatic if Eclipse hits it and she feels the pain too?
Well, we won't mention that because that is traumatic.
It's not traumatic if you kill it.
I would like to, and I can't move my spectral weapon, Simon, so I'm going to ask you to do it. If you could move my mace up into melee range, and I'll take a melee.
Sure. Yeah, and I'll give you permission to move it as well.
Thank you. 17 to hit.
17 hits.
So it doesn't have
worry,
my AC.
I've got spare the dying. It's fine.
It's fine. Everything is fine. In fact, roll down.
It's fine. If you go down, I've got spare the dying. Oh shit! We didn't pick up that 500 gold diamond from Glory's house, so I can't.
I said you could.
We have diamonds though, because I remember we have Revivify diamonds.
We only have enough diamonds for me to cast Revivify twice. I have two 300 gold diamonds because Simon let us fix that. And
which together becomes 500.
Yeah.
But it's one diamond worth 500, it says.
Oh, you can use...
Does it?
It's specific.
Well,
you can't put them together. Yeah.
It specifically says a diamond worth 500 gold.
Yeah, then
Fair
it's
enough.
one singular diamond worth that much.
Don't worry, you haven't missed the boat completely. There
Just
will
loot
be
the town as we
there
go
will be an
through.
option coming up.
Well, I was about to say, I'm going to go find the jewelers and loot that shit.
Okay, so go for it, Nick.
Force damage.
8 points of force damage. So, yeah.
I could be misreading the spell, but that's how I read it.
Sure. Corinne, take 4 points of force damage.
Stop hitting me!
It's only going to get worse because again, I told the dead.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm just working through the pain here.
Oh, I rolled 2 8s, so that in total is a 13.
You fail.
I fail. Yeah, go for it. Do your best.
2d12 if I don't remember wrong.
Oh dear.
What
That's a really good roll.
Oh, no.
That's 19 points of necrotic damage.
I will
Sure.
take 9.
No, take 19 points of necrotic damage.
What?
Yeah. Take
It's
19 points
mental.
of necrotic damage.
They link
Am I not
mentally.
taking half?
No?
I'm not taking half.
You do what the
No.
DM says.
Oh god! That's so special.
I'm having so much fun right now.
Farewell, please stop.
Oh, I love it.
Right.
Well, shit. Oh,
Well-
I'm so. I know this sounds really terrible, but a part of me is going. I'm so glad I killed mine really quickly.
Yes.
I think I know the answer to this, but just to check, Simon, I'm not taking any damage, right?
No,
Okay.
you're not taking any damage.
Okay.
I had to be very specific in the wording of designing this so that it didn't go crazy. Just crazy, not crazier.
Yeah, just medium crazy.
Yeah.
Understandable. Okay.
But yeah, that's my
Okay,
turn,
Eclipse,
thank
hit yourself.
It's turn.
It's its turn, yeah.
But it can't see me, so fuck that.
Yeah.
Except that all it can hear is this cat wailing, like, after every single action. I just hear this somewhere. There's a cat wail that's going.
And the wailing is always moving because Eclipse can't just stay in one box. She needs to find new boxes.
All the boxes.
What are your passive perceptions?
Ooh, pretty high.
20.
15.
13.
14.
Okay. Cora, Eclipse, and Glory, you watch as the copy of...
Don't you mean farewell, Cora and the Glory?
No, I mean Eclipse, Eclipse, Cora, and Glory
Okay.
You watch as the copy of Eclipse dives into the boxes, and it is hidden from you. Farewell. You can still see it. So it's just
shit, and I've
just
had my turn and I can't point it out. Shit.
Yep. You can't because you can do an action to try and find it, and then if you find it, you go, "Oh, it's there," and then the others, it's unhidden from the others.
Could we see which direction of boxes it jumped into?
I mean, yeah, you know it's in that pile of boxes. Yeah.
Okay.
You can just get disadvantage on attacks, don't you? Because it's hidden. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
So you can still sort of.
No, actually, no.
It's completely hidden.
It's completely hidden, which means that you pick a square.
Right.
And you can say, "Oh, I'm going to attack into that square," and you attack into that square with disadvantage. If that's where it is, and you hit, then I say, "Yeah, you hit it." If it's not there, I say you miss, and if you miss, I say you miss. So this is where the battleship game comes up. I've read into it a lot recently because my player character Merrick Brierstone lives off this rule, so I've had to be very careful with it.
Simon, with the telepathic thing, could Fowler possibly point it out to Glory by telepathy instead of shouting it out?
I don't think we have
on his turn. On his turn. Oh yeah, you still have it. Yeah, you can all talk to each other telepathically. On his turn, he could just say, "Here it is," and you're good. But yeah, so it's somewhere in the shape that I've drawn. You're now playing Battleship Girls to try and find the fake eclipse. And
so
the next up is either Corinne or Felicia. Your choice.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest I blow that shit up.
Well, I was gonna say, because it's not a huge amount of use for me, if I go here, essentially use my finesse point and get the entire area and just...
What's the wording of your finesse ability?
Perform a melee weapon attack at all hostile targets within 15 feet. It doesn't say she has to see them, they just need to be within 15 feet.
But it does say a melee attack. It does say a melee attack, and the rules of hidden means that you can't do a melee attack unless you play by the battleship rules. So yes, you can say, okay, I will do an attack hoping it hits. But seeing as it's the only one there, it's not an auto find. It's a really clever use of the ability, but I'm going to. You're not going to blow it. Yeah, I'm still going to let you have your turn. But I'm going to say the ability doesn't allow you to have seek hidden object kind of thing.
Because I thought Blade Fury was essentially me just throwing my blade around at everything, like around the 15-foot area was the thing. So that's why.
Actually, no. I will allow it. You're right. You're going to go mental with this blade, and you're just going to lash it into everywhere. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I will allow that. I'll allow that. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm rolling a finesse point for it, so it's not like I'm putting it.
Roll with disadvantage though, because you are doing it blindly. So yes, you do get
it's normal roll for me because I was hidden.
Yes.
Yes, actually, because you leap out and just do it quickly. Yeah. Okay, I'll go for that. Yeah, I'll follow that logic. That's a good argument.
And it's a 16.
Just hits. Yeah.
What was it technically within 5 feet of someone?
No.
So I do 1d4.
No, you were coming out of hiding.
Yes, but it needs to be advantage, otherwise.
Oh yeah, sorry, you're not an assassin, are you? Yep. Sorry, carry on.
My 1d4 plus 6. 9!
9 points of slashing damage. Take 9 points of slashing damage as you do.
Ow!
You're kind of like, I got it. Ow. For the rest of you, you just see Eclipse come out, go mental with the blade, and just go kind of whimper as she takes the hit.
I found it. It's over there.
She points to several boxes that she beat the shit out of. She still doesn't know exactly where it is.
Well, I assume I kind of felt where it sank into flesh, because that feels different than...
Yeah, you've got a rough direction. Yeah, you've got a rough direction, but you don't know exactly where it is. Yeah, and I would have gone with Felicia's attack first, and then kind of beat the shit out of it once she flushed out. But Felicia, go for it.
Yeah.
It's not my end of my turn yet.
Oh, go on.
Yeah. Question is, should I hide or chug a healing potion? But if I heal, it might heal as well, so... I only have 14 hit points yet. Yeah, I only have 14 hit points.
Well, if you die, maybe it dies.
That's not a very good...
Let's test that theory.
That is a 31.
Sure.
You sure?
You are super hidden.
You found the best box. That is what we take away. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna throw a firebolt at wherever Eclipse was pointing.
Okay. Okay.
And that's a natural 20. What the actual fuck?
Right. Okay. Hang on. I need to check because she pointed to an area rather than a specific spot. So I'm going to give you a decent dice roll to see if you get it. So I'm rolling a d6. On a 5 or 6, you hit the right spot. Not, you start a fire.
I'm okay with either of those.
That's a 5. You
Oh,
get
yay.
exactly... She points in the rough area, and you kind of go, yeah, I think I see where it could have gone in. And you just let loose with the thing. So, yeah, roll me a critical firebolt. That's 4d10 damage.
Please don't do 14 points.
Out of curiosity, Corinne, how much hit points do you have left?
14.
Okay, I guess I know what I'm doing on my turn.
I can say the rolls in order. The first one's a 2. Then comes a 7.
9.
Oh boy.
Then comes an 8.
Bye-bye.
And then we have a 9.
I'm down.
Bye-bye.
24. Okay.
No,
so,
it's
yeah.
more than that.
Potions. We have potions.
It's
all good.
It is 26.
Okay.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Can we just hear a soft
you're down.
thud somewhere?
She pointed
And she
where I was
smartly
supposed to attack.
hid herself from us. Whoopsie. Maybe
Yeah,
that
God,
wasn't
no,
a good
she's dying.
idea.
No.
She's dying.
We
Oh
have
my god.
no idea. We have no idea she's dying.
We
because, of
do
course,
know
she
that-
rolled higher than my passive perception.
But we do
But I
know
don't
she's
know
been
how-
taking damage. So if
Yeah.
if it dies, we're gonna have a pretty good idea.
Yeah, but the problem is...
But probably
is-
shouldn't have hidden.
I don't... Probably shouldn't
Well,
have
I'm
hidden.
not. Well, I'm not hidden anymore because I can't actively hide.
You are. No, you
You're in the
went
same
somewhere.
location. You're in the same location. But it's okay. It's okay. You've got Farewell Barebones, who's got the best perception that I've ever seen a character have. I'm sure he'll find you in due course.
You watch as I roll a natural fucking 1, because you just said that. If you hadn't have said anything, I would have been fine. Now I'm fucked.
Is the thing still alive, Simon?
You don't know. Oh, Farewell does though,
Yeah.
because Farewell can see it. And,
Farewell can see it. And
yeah,
I know where it is now.
Yeah. So Farewell, it's Cora's turn in a sec, but Farewell, you can see that this creature is burnt to hell. It's twitching, and then you just see this little kind of movement as it's trying to reach to climb through the boxes. And sod narrative at this point. It literally has 1 hit point left.
Why?
Yep. It has 1 hit point left.
I am really scared that if you guys do damage to it, I will fail 2 death saves.
Probably, possibly.
Only one way to find out.
Welcome to level 9.
What?
It is
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
It is your turn.
Do I get a hint of where it is from all the commotion that's been going on?
You've seen. Actually, some
saw
stuff
a
has gone
fireball
on.
go in, and yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
I'd
gonna
see a
say,
burnt box if
based on the
nothing
fact
else,
that-
right?
Yeah, I mean, where Glory shot the firebolt, that's a heavy indication of where it goes. You could, if you look in that direction, you'll be able to see a heavily burnt creature, I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I. How close is too close? I wanna kind of get myself where I definitely am gonna hit it, if you know what I mean.
So,
Like if I get too
let
close,
me-
does that give disadvantage on something like an Eldritch Blast? Or, I mean, I have a dagger. I could just go,
if you-
but I don't know it's 1 hit point. That's a player thing.
So it's up here, by the way.
Okay.
Ah!
Oh, so
It crawled up.
Yeah, it didn't go far.
Oh no, that's still fine. Okay. Well, yes. So I do. So do we know? I don't need to move to be able to sort of hit it without a disadvantage from here with an Eldritch Blast.
It's got some cover, but that's about it.
But can I move to avoid that cover or not?
It's surrounded by boxes. I'll say instead of it having +2 AC, it has +1 AC if you move.
Okay. Then I.
So
will.
instead of it being an AC 16, it's an AC 17 to hit.
Okay. What? That's harder.
Yes.
No, instead of being 18, it's now 17.
I'm
so
sorry, my brain said 16 to 17. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, so it would have gone 16 to 18, but because you moved to get a good angle on it, I'm going to lessen that, and it's going to go 16 to 17 instead of 16 to 18. You didn't.
I rolled
you
a
didn't.
natural 20. I mean, but if I know that she's taking damage, I'm not going to want to absolutely blast the shit out of it. I just want to kill it, right?
You can't.
So
you
you
can't
can't
pull
pull on
punches on a
this?
spell.
No.
Okay, I rolled a natural 20. I only rolled 1 because I wanted to just do 1 Eldritch Blast and see what happened.
Don't bother with rolling damage. Okay,
Killed it
so
Yes.
Well, does it not? I suppose it doesn't matter how much damage it does to Eclipse. It's still a 2 death saves thing.
Am I taking any death saves or is it fine?
that's what we're going to say. So I need to check something.
Of course you do.
I would not appreciate that.
Well, it is what it is, but don't worry. You've got a best boy here to help you.
Gotta fucking find her first.
I mean, we can just start pulling boxes out the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
got Ioun
this
as well.
is the closest you're going to get to character death. You've got a guy who needs to find you within 10 turns, and he's got the best perception I've ever seen. So.
Oh no, it could be as much as 1 turn, Simon.
I've got to get. Yeah,
Because
it's
it's within a
only
minute
has-
to revivify. It's within a minute.
Yeah.
So he's got you either way. Yeah,
Oh,
he
I
can
see,
just
I
start
see,
ripping
yes.
boxes away until he finds you. So don't worry.
as
You guys are
long as-
prepared for this shit. You guys are prepared.
if
Oh
she
yeah,
doesn't
didn't we
die
get those
outright,
rings a while
then
ago?
I only need to see her, and I can hit her with Spare the Dying, and she'll be fine. If she's dead, I've got a little bit more work.
Then we're in Revivify territory. But either way, you've got a Grave Cleric,
Yeah.
And put it this way, this is the one encounter that if you ever needed to go, oh shit, yeah, we're gonna have to pull up the stops. This is the welcome back to Ostergald. This is you're not in Kansas anymore.
There was an invocation I was looking at that let you look through objects.
Yes.
Yeah. I wonder if but you can go. Can't you go to the ethereal plane glory, and doesn't that make you see everything ghostly?
No. Doesn't quite work that way.
No, you don't see through things. You see the material world as if it was a ghost.
Yes.
So, yeah. Right. This is kind of important for dramatic reasons. So let's take a look, shall we? 1, 5, here we go. Right. Death saving throws. Damage at 0 hit points. If you take any damage whilst you have 0 hit points, you suffer a death saving throw. If the damage is from a critical hit, you suffer 2 failures instead. If the damage equals or exceeds your hit point maximum, you suffer instant death. Right, so first of all, you're getting damage, but you're not getting damage that's a that would have been a critical hit. Let me get it. So normally if somebody was come up to you, you're at 0 hit points. Because you're prone and you're incapacitated, the hit would have been an auto crit. Turns out it was a crit for a different reason because Cora rolled a crit. So you lost 2 death saving throws, but you're not dead. Yeah? That's that's...
Does it count? Because it's tangential damage. That's damage coming from. Does it still count as a crit when it's just bleeding damage? Or
yeah, you both took a critical hit from Cora because you both suffer the same fate. Yeah, and so you lost 2 death saving throws. And now
I'll find you.
The next person who is up is Farewell Barebones, so go for it. Nick?
I'll be like, Farewell go, Eclipse, you still with us?
Roll a perception check.
That's a nat 20.
Nice.
Oh!
So that's
now the dice are in our
25.
face.
So,
but she rolled a 30 on a stealth.
That was your action. That was your action, Nick.
Yeah, my bonus as a bonus action, I can cast Spare the Dying to any living creature that is within 30 feet to me. So if I spot her, I'll move so I'm within 30 feet, and I will cast Spare.
And you're done. Yeah, I thought I was going to get rid of a Revivify diamond there. The full death of Eclipse, I was like, yeah, when you've got Farewell within distance, he's going to sort you out. But I wanted to get my diamond.
Well, the only thing he would have found me on is a natural 20, because again, as you said, I rolled 30.
30 plus, I'm so glad I fucking critted.
Yeah, but the girls, if he said, oh, well, she went in this direction, because they know which pile of boxes you dived into. If he goes, I can't see her, the girls could have gone up, started throwing boxes out the way, and they would have lowered your hide. Yeah? And so, because you can only hide when you have barriers. And so if they started throwing away the boxes, they would have started, I would have got them to roll to lower your hide result. Because as you said, you went into a 31-point hide, but then if people start taking away the things that are obscuring you, it's less effective. Yeah, and so they would have found you eventually. As I say, even if you did end up dying, within 10 turns, they just would have picked up all the boxes and moved them until they found a tail and gone right, boop, and then you would have been back up. So
will you heal me when I'm out now at 0 hit points and I can?
I will move across and I will reach into my pouch and I will take out one of the healing potions that I have not used ever, and I will very gently. I am not blowing a spell. I need the spells.
Okay.
And I will pour
You also
a
had
healing
med
potion down
packs,
in it.
remember?
Yeah, but that'll only give her 1 health point. The med pack works the same as my Spare the Dying does.
Well, I'm sure we're going to have a short rest, considering there's a warlock in your party.
And I'm sure that'll give Corinne the chance to roll hit dice to get herself up, but rolling the potion will at least help. So 2d4 plus 4.
No,
Corinne,
it's 2d4 plus 2 actually, because it's a normal healing potion.
Yeah.
Ah, cool. In that case, you get 7 points back.
Okay.
I thought, okay, you rolled. I didn't. Okay.
Yeah. So with a splutter, Corinne, Eclipse wakes back up. Oddly, no perceivable signs of damage on you. The bludgeoning, the burning, it was just... There's no marks on your body. But you still took the damage due to a link. You guys can still talk to each other telepathically, so Glory can speak to Farewell and vice versa. Cora can speak to Eclipse and vice versa.
Sorry!
And...
It's what Eclipse hears.
You're in a fortified position right now. Would you like to take a short rest?
Yes, because apparently it's yes.
I would like, if I can, to head over to this door and peek out.
Okay. The street outside does seem to have dead bodies, and you can hear there's a kind of bestial roar that seems to be coming from nearly a block away. But other than that, this place seems...
Do I know where we
silent
are?
as the grave.
Do I know where we are?
Yeah. Do me a... Oh, with advantage because of your urchin background. Do me a perception check with advantage. DC's quite low.
Let me guess. It's the warehouse we took over in the first
it doesn't look
part.
the same. Doesn't quite look the same to me. My perception. Okay. Yeah. 22.
22. Yeah, you recognize it. In fact, you recognize the cafe across the road. You guys, on one of your many visits to the Green Mansion, stopped off here on the way. They do a very nice butter croissant. And you know that there's a small kind of a little dining district between you and the Green Mansion. You're very close to the Green Mansion. Fraenir probably was aiming for the Green Mansion and missed slightly, which, considering he was teleporting you across the plane of this plane of existence, is doing pretty well. He got you like 3 blocks away. It's not so bad.
Not bad at all.
Okay, I'll relay to everyone else where I think we are. Be like, I don't know, there's something roaring out there. Should we go? But we need to rest. But shit's going down.
Well, I am taking. I've just rolled all my hit die, so yes, I am taking a long rest, a short rest. Because
This is a really well-made warehouse. It's in a good area of town. The doors, funnily enough, the doors here are shut. You can see that there's a lock on the inside. It's a mechanical lock. There's a latch that you can open up, Cora, to open up the doors if you wanted to. There's no signs of forced entry here. So you don't know how these pods got here. But yeah, it seems, for things on the outside, it seems absolutely safe. If you're ever going to make a rest, this is probably the best place.
Before I completely
I already decided. So.
Resting.
Also, not to be that one, but the time.
Yes, we are. We're going to be finishing up now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can carry on. The only thing I think I'd want to investigate a little before we start just sitting down, because these pods, if they come to a crack,
just gonna sit down because.
Yeah, I know, that's fine. You can sit down. You can sit down.
So, Cora, what would you like to do? You can do an investigation check to just
I can wait until
check
the next
out this
section
location.
if you want, so that we just. But I just wanted to say that instead of just sitting and being like, everything's done. Now 4 creatures are dead. I think we don't know that more pods are about to appear in 2 minutes and that sort of thing. So I would be wanting to look at what these pods are and where they've come from. And...
Yeah, I will say now that you do a quick recce around here. There's no more pods. There's just the spent pods that these creatures came out of. Okay, so well done. You've managed to go up against, I think, arguably one of my worst feature creatures that I've ever made. This is
only cost us our rogue.
Yeah. These are called the Geminax, by the way. And so the Geminax are demons that are created in pairs. They're actually one creature with 2 bodies. For purposes of managing them, you just put 2 of each in at a time. The first thing that they did was a thing called Soul Link, and that is, as an action, the Geminax may pair link 2 targets within 30 foot of each other psychically. When one is damaged, the other takes half of the damage received as psychic damage. The linked individuals, however, may speak using telepathy until the next long rest. So you have telepathy with each other until the next long rest. Then they have paired mimic, and that is, as a bonus action, the Geminax pair may start a transition to become perfect copies of the last targets of their Soul Link ability. The transition takes 10 rounds, and they get 1 point of transition per round. When one of them dies, they can give the transition points to their other pair, which is what happened.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, because they didn't have that long.
No. So they had 5 each, because we were on round 5, and they need 10. And so when you killed one of them, it transferred all of its transition points to the Eclipse one. And so you got one of them early. And that was the Eclipse one. And then after that, it was a case of damage. So ideally, you want to get their hit points down so that they have less hit points than the person who's going to suffer. Because then it says once 10 transition points have been achieved, the Geminax gets the following benefits. Whenever it gets damaged, the creature that it copied gets the same damage and the same damage type, even though no mark is on the body. And also, it can use any of your skills, which is why it had plus 13 to hide. I rolled a 4, so it was 17, but it was still cool. So it used your hiding ability, and it was like, yeah, you guys had got the right idea. You started dispatching them really, really quickly. But when I was looking at these, I was like, yeah, this is a major boss. So you're going to be going through soldier demons and shit through the city to get to Renata, excuse me.
Okay, so these weren't just soldiers, which is good to hear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this entire building was used as an incubator for one of the architect's most awful creations. And yeah, I thought I'd throw you in right from the start. Why not? Or would you have preferred to have fought some mooks and then these guys? Because that would have been better, right?
Well, I mean, you made us all hold back. We thought that these guys were mooks.
No, that was you who were telling us that, to be fair, Corinne.
Well, yes, because that's normally how he designs it.
So, metagaming. So there's a few extra features that they had. They had arcane resistance, so advantage on all saving throws against magical effects. They had damage resistant to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. And they also had a special set of resistances. So when each Geminax gets hit by a damage type for the first time, it gets resistance to that damage, and then it passes that resistance to its pair. And so that happens once. Not once per round or once per damage type. It happens once. So you'll notice that, and I can't believe that Glory got me on this. First thing she did is she hit them with acid damage. Yeah, and piercing damage. So the 2 at the bottom were immune to piercing damage and acid damage, and then she never used acid again because she was like, "No, I'm going to burn it to get people there." It's like, damn it, their resistance didn't work. But the first thing that the top 2 were hit with was force, and that's why when Cora was hitting it, I think Kate got the theory of, because it looks like me now, it's resistant to me. Yeah. It's like, no, it was resistant to the first damage type that you gave to it, and the first damage type was force. So both of them were immune to force.
And I kept meaning to change. It was like, do we change different things? But then the other one didn't hit very well, and I was gonna just cycle through everything. But yeah.
So I assume you mean resistant, not immune.
Not immune. Sorry, resistance. Yeah, resistance.
Yeah.
And do you know what you were being hit by when they were hitting you with psychic damage?
No.
They were hitting you with a second level mind spike each turn, and they were firing them together. And the pairs always hit the same target, so it kind of, to a certain level, they're trying to take out numbers. And then there's spill damage, because once you're linked, you take half of whatever damage your partner takes. So yeah, nasty creatures. And still, you beat, I think, one of the hardest set of creatures I've made in a very, very long time. So kudos to you all. That's a CR5, although arguably, because of the extra conditions, it's probably quite higher. And you just trashed 4 of them. So, well done. I can only imagine what would have happened if Farewell was the person instead of Eclipse. Don't know how that would have gone. Because you're quite right, if you heal, it heals. So the only way to take it down is to... Yeah. So...
Well, either way, I found it really fun.
It's... yeah. Fun, but awful. But then you need that in D&D from time to time. So, thank you everybody who's watching. Feedback to simonisaddickdm.com. And we will see you next week for episode 53. We keep on trucking of the Benefactor. Good night.
Night.